pieces of information, all right, happenings. Most of them are already out there. Others are still yet to happen. They will happen. But in Kano, when the law that created extra emirates passed, and
now wow, people who supposed to talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlights every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make me laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make me shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man do they talk. He do they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, Maiyegun don't come. My people make you shout,
to an abandoned palace built there. In fact, because of this scenario of this Kano in the last 4 or 5 years, now we know that the people of Nasarawa, they are considered as an appendage of the people of Kano. So whenever an Emir is deposed, they are expected to go and be living their banished life in
you from wherever you are watching now or joining
everything seems to be going fine. Nobody heard anything from Bayero since that announcement until 19, right? Same night or same day that Abba Yusuf gave certificate of appointment to Sanusi as the new Emir.
The description
that
of
same
the
night, for some reason,
share it.
Bayero
invite your
landed
friends,
in Kano.
invite your not so friendly
When he
friends.
landed, immediately that kind of
Maiyegun today.
Like, what's going on? He was not supposed to go back to Kano. He was never supposed to come back to Kano. Since they removed Sanusi, he's never been to Kano. It was banned because two kings can't stay in the same place to say, right?
The Emir of
So
Kano.
immediately, Abba Yusuf Bayero has landed in Kano.
Doesn't die.
He put a call
Another
through to the commissioner of
will not
police, arrest him.
You are
This was Bayero when he landed in Kano 2 nights ago.
the Kano Emirate into chaos because he wanted to escape the political scrutiny, taking responsibility for his own crime. Sanusi too wasn't really clear. I have stories to tell you tonight. Share this
سيدنا محمد عليه السلام اللهم صل وسلم آمين
controlling you. They
So
do
when
not
it
want to
landed,
lose the control.
it was later
Listen,
kind of
when they tell you that
reported by
Nigeria
the
is not
deputy
negotiable,
governor
it cannot
of Kano.
change from what
He
these
came
guys
out
are
and he told
forcing on
everybody that
us.
they were staying with
It is
Sanusi
because
and they are standing
of
by
those who
that.
are
And if
going to lose
Bayero
out
showed
once
his
this
face at that
feeding
palace,
bottle is
he
taken
would be
away from
arrested.
them.
In fact,
Hear
for
this
showing things in
broadcast.
Kano, he must be arrested. Listen to the response, you know.
So
So
now,
the
but
commissioner
today,
of police and
so
few
we
of
can
them
leave
were
the
like,
music
okay,
and
we're
then
not
have
told
a
that,
chat.
you know, we're
Good
not told
morning
that
to you once
we should
again.
arrest him.
Good
But there was
afternoon
actually
to
another
you.
order.
And
And that
good
was the
evening
order to stop
to you.
any inauguration of
From wherever you are joining us
Sanusi.
tonight,
But here is the statement
it is
of
Maiyegun
the supposed commissioner of police after meeting
The
with
news out there
the soldiers
is about the
sent
latest
by the
developments,
to be ensured that
from
they provide
Kano.
security for Bayero
and that
and
is
nobody
the
to make any effort of
reinstatement
arrest. In fact, it
of
was, the rumor
former
was that
Emir of
the
Kano.
soldiers were to go and get
A
Bayero in
lot of
Nasarawa
you
and
knows
move
the
him
whole
back to Kano.
story. But for the
But
sake
first,
of those
he
who are
had
going
to
to
be eased out
possibly
of Kano.
research
He
into
can't stay
this in the
Kano.
future,
Because that moment, that could
The
lead to
diary.
anything. That night.
love to retell
Now,
this
as they
story
were all trying to
that
kind of
led
figure out how to
the
handle the
events
situation, here is the
of
police
the day
statement in Kano.
Ladies and gentlemen
Let's
of the press,
flash
we are
back
all welcome to
to
Wampai, the headquarters of Kano Police
2014.
Command. We are gathered
This was
here
the
to
year
review on the security situation,
a
and in particular,
future
the developments
Emir
surrounding
of
the chieftaincy
Kano
affairs of
is
the
supposed
state.
to be prince.
The police
kind of,
command is expressly
who also happened to be the
court
central
order
bank
with
governor of
number
Nigeria,
FHC/KN/CS/123/20
was being investigated for corruption, mismanagement of fund
23rd May
by the
2024,
Jonathan's
issued by the
government.
Federal High Court sitting in Kano.
Now, Jonathan's government was about to nail Sanusi, and the only way out
we are calling on members
was for
of the
Sanusi
public
to
know that the police
drop the
in the state is
bombshell.
working together with the military and other security
There was a
agencies
missing
and
$40
are with full
billion
capacity
oil money.
for providing
Jonathan
the
cannot
adequate
account for
security
it.
to everyone.
And as the central
Yes, we
bank
are committed to
governor,
carrying
he is
out
telling
our
all of you,
statutory duty
Jonathan and his
as
people,
provided by
they've
the
stolen the
Constitution
money,
of the Federal
$40
Republic of
billion.
Nigeria. No doubt.
Jonathan, where they
want
won't born before.
People of Kano State are known for a
Around that time, Kwakwanso, Gandola, the two of them, they were the governor and the deputy governor of Kano State under PDP.
As the matter described will be addressed by the court.
Jonathan want to go for second term. They've told him outrightly, no, if you try it, we are going to go against you. That was denied.
Whoever, under whatever guise, is found to be
So
planning
Sanusi,
to disrupt the peace,
the central
be it
bank
the
governor,
state or people
under probe,
that
investigation
he
for
or she
corruption and
can
then embezzlement,
jeopardize the existing security
running into
setting of the
billion. I mean,
state will be
Sanusi,
arrested
as the
and
central bank
be
governor, right?
put
He was
to bear the
donating
full
money
wrath
like
of the law. Therefore,
his
as
MK
Politico
Abiola,
is
a
leading other
businessman,
security agencies to
$1
sustain
billion
the
naira
peace
to
and
this
peaceful coexistence
Islamic
for overall
university,
interest.
$1 billion naira to this other
Should
one.
take clear highlight
Central
in
bank
all
donated
its
$2 billion naira
and
for
should not
Kiniko
take
Kiniko
advantage or
Arch,
hijack
kind
the
of like
current
that.
situation to launch unprovoked attacks
But Jonathan
on people,
was from the
property,
minority
and
tribe.
infrastructure of the state.
Ethnic
Any person
nationalities
found
to
with
say
such
the
tendency
job.
would be ruthlessly dealt with according to the law of the
Immediately,
land.
Sanusi dropped
By
the
and large,
bombshell.
the combined security agencies in the state
PDP,
have set out all
ACN,
machinery in place to
CPC
ensure no
of
breakdown
Okuwari,
of law and order
ACN
as the
of
safety and
Thiefnubu,
security of
and
the
PDP
inhabitants
of
of the state
Atiku
remain
and Kwakwanso.
sacrosanct. On this note,
They grabbed
it
it.
is on behalf of the security
I don't know,
agencies,
maybe it's
I
by
thank
the
all
stroke
the
of
good people
fate.
of the state for their understanding, prayer.
Sanusi got suspended.
So you know.
No, sorry,
Okay.
got removed by
So that was
Jonathan.
the
He
supposed
was to be
commissioner of
arrested
police in Kano,
that same week
telling the
for
press
corruption.
that they
Like
were
you are
ready
seeing
to
Emefiole today.
honor
Sanusi would have
the
been in handcuffs.
court order
in court for
that
corruption
stopped
too.
Sanusi's
Emir of
inauguration.
Kano,
I mean, sorry,
Adebayo
Sanusi's
just died.
reinstatement. And you see those soldiers
Immediately.
behind that police commissioners. They were the soldiers
You see this
sent
current
to
Emir of Kano, the
to
one they
provide
removed today,
security for
is the
Adebayo
son to
and
demand the
return him
former
back
Emir
to
as Emir of Kano.
Man, people
He was
started
going to be the
reacting.
Emir. So it was there,
like
like
save
the
Sanusi
governor
from going to jail.
who has no say or control over the police, especially wherever
upgraded him
the
and
case
announced him
is
as the next emir
between the
of
federal
Kano.
and the state.
And that same
so
day,
the governor ordered the police to arrest
they
Adobayero.
ensured that they protected
the
him from
police
the DSS who wanted
with
to arrest him.
the soldiers behind him
Fire,
said
the rest
we
of
would
them,
have to honor
took him straight to Kano.
the court order that
That's
says
how he became emir.
this action must not take place. But guess what? The judge, right? The Nigeria judge,
Sanusi became emir of Kano,
gave the order
and
that the
as
reinstatement
somebody
must not happen.
who
Is
was kind
actually
of counted
currently in the
as
United States,
who belonged to
not
the
in Nigeria.
class of
But from the United States, right? He's been able to give an order in a court where parties were not really present. Okay? He gave the order and said, maintain status quo until further determination.
Who said shining stars of
So that was why
just
the soldiers
Jonathan's time
straight first to
so
provide
therefore
security
he
for
was seen as a scholar who wanted the best
in a
for
supposed
Nigeria.
abandoned
palace
built in
when he was trying
Nasarawa.
to
Then with preparation, awaiting further instruction to return him back to Kano.
Meanwhile, the establishment came for him.
Sanusi
So it was a
himself was
toast
not
of
taken
everyone.
to Kano straight up too. He wasn't
Sanusi
taken to the
Lamido
palace
Sanusi
straight up.
Emir is
He
not
was taken
attending
somewhere
your
else called
that
Rumfa.
year.
Is it called Rumfa or Rafa?
That
African
event
Wahala.
is not one of the best.
Rumfa or so, yeah. He wasn't
He
taken to
became
the
a
main palace
superstar
first.
emir.
He was taken
living
somewhere else
flamboyantly,
where he was able to receive visitors, pay homage, do this, do that, make it look like, say, at least it's now the emir. But the wahala behind were the soldiers
and the rest of
present
them
in Nasarawa,
in the
present in
camp
Nasarawa
newly
and Kano.
formed
Take a
political
look.
party
I'll show you.
called
And then
APC.
providing security for Adobayero. This was all.
And it was like, it was like
yesterday.
everybody was in on it. When the election, a Jonathan was Sanusi was doing his own thing. There was no problem until 2020. Right. Yeah. Until 2019. So, and it was towards the election. The video of a Kano State Governor, Abdullahi Gandola, made it to the internet. A state governor collecting dollar bribe from project contractors. He was collecting his 10%. A total of $21 million was collected by Gandola as kickback from the government contractors. And that was very, very loud. To the point that a lot of people reacted. And Sanusi too reacted. And he called on the State House of Assembly to remove him because Gandola has brought shame to Kano. In response, Gandola launched a probe into the Kano Emirate. They wanted to know how Sanusi has been spending the money given to the palace. So for the first time in a long time, the government was interested in knowing how Sanusi has been spending the money. And it didn't take long. They found out that Sanusi that is asking the House of Assembly to remove Gandola, he himself has been spending like a drunk sailor. No accountability. In fact, hundreds of millions of naira cannot be accounted for because they were used for the pleasure of the emir. Was what Gandola wanted. If Jonathan couldn't get you, I will get you. You get loud mouth, you can talk and the rest of that. Before then, Sanusi has been talking about girl education or education for the poor, healthcare, the increasing animajiri in Kano. He has been speaking out, condemning the government not doing enough and all of that. So they now came and they said, even you, Sanusi, how much of the Emirates money that you are using to buy antique cars, exotic cars, and going on, and your children, your family going on an expensive holidays, right? This money, how much of it have you expended to the poor?
In a segment of that video.
The long story short.
Anyway, that wasn't being taken into a separate palace
by
or a
the
makeshift
State House of
palace
Assembly.
in Nasarawa.
Okay? There will no longer be just one Emir of Kano.
Number one, no
there
police
will
will dare come and say they want to arrest him.
Emir
On
of
the order
this,
of
Emir of that. They just
Yusuf,
created another
the
5 or so
governor. That's never
Emirates.
going to happen.
They broke the Emirates
But
into
that's
7.
Bayero. In
There
this
is still
Game of
Emir
Thrones,
It's within the Kano.
in the Game of Thrones. So
Kano
who is the owner of the
municipality,
throne? Who is
municipal.
the Emir of Kano? And all
There's
this.
nothing
Why
like
we are
Emir
still
of
looking
Kano
for
king.
answers
No,
to
no,
all
no,
of
that's not
this.
Emir.
Now let's
That
see
And
Sanusi
those who were like
himself,
chiefs
okay,
from the surrounding
when the
communities
news
or
broke,
what have you.
and then he accepted.
She just
This is
upgraded
what
them
he
to
said
become emirs.
after the whole thing,
And
when he
this
was given
was
his
the
letter of
announcement.
appointment, I believe.
That
Listen
day.
to this. Sanusi himself.
You know, by the time announcement was made that I had been removed for insubordination, you know, that is the word, insubordination. And you will think that somebody who says you're subordinate to him is somebody who is superior to you. You know, and like I said in Abuja, I have my record of service. My father has his record of service. My grandfather has a record of service. We cannot be intimidated by somebody because you're president or you're a governor, and we cannot tell you that you're wrong. We've chosen different paths. And I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, if I'd gone into politics, at least given the people that have succeeded in becoming president in Nigeria, I could have been president. Or I could be governor. So that I choose not to go into politics does not make me a subordinate human being. And this is what we all have to learn as Nigerians. We take too much rubbish. And we're all too afraid, too much in our comfort zones. And by the time these guys finish with us, our children will not have a nation. And this is the real challenge that we face. How do we stand up? How do we retrieve our nation? How do we go back to that vision that we had? How do we give our children the opportunities that we have had? And even better. And this is the question that each of us must take with us. And the only way to do it is, if you're not in politics, you must hold those in politics to account. It's not a comfortable situation to be in, but believe me, when people are incompetent and they don't like you, you
So,
wear their dislike
in short,
as a badge of honor.
That was meant to be the announcement of an end.
So this was after
Sanusi
the
as
announcement
Emir.
of him being
Just 1 year.
reinstated. And
I mean,
he
sorry,
was
just
right
about
there with, I think it was with
5 years.
Fubara.
2018.
That was like 2 days ago as well.
That's 4 years. Just 4
Yeah,
years
it was 2 days. Was it
after
3 days ago?
becoming
Okay.
an
Anyway,
emergency
a lot has happened since
Emir.
then. In order for them to move fast, because
But
they
that
have
guy
no
said,
idea,
did he just say
or they
something
have
like
no
that? The
idea
Emirate is 1,000
what
years old.
other sinister
That is
plan
not true.
could
That's what we are
be
saying.
locking
So,
me, around.
Kano Emirates.
So around the corner. So what they did was that
Sokoto,
why they
Caliphate.
try as much as possible
None
to
of them
fence out
existed
Bayero from
until
accessing the palace, right?
1807. they quickly moved.
That's just
some
about
of their stuff and
nearly
all that,
200 years ago.
And, all of
and
that.
this was after Uthman Dan Fodio,
so that we can make it look
the
official. So that same night,
Bayero to stage terrorism in Nigeria.
Came back to
Northern
Kano
Nigeria was Hausa land mostly.
That same night when
the
they were moving,
they
couldn't move Sanusi into that same palace.
And when the Fulani
they had to quickly make a
and they
killed
him
in a makeshift, another makeshift
when
palace.
They appointed Emir
so
in Sultan in Sokoto.
And that night, Sokoto, this is what it looked like.
But they will continue. They have continued to repeat that, say that we have been there for 1,000 years. There is nothing called Emirates in any part of today's Nigeria until 1807, when the Fulani terrorists, led by Uthman Dan Fodio. So you see, Sanusi and the one in Sokoto, they are descendants of Dan Fodio. They are not indigenous people to Kano or Sokoto or anywhere until 1807. That's the history. You understand? For the sake of those who kind of have bought all these lies for some time. And that guy repeated it in that statement. Meanwhile, back to Kano. Here is a Gandola. Agreeing, or should I say, Gandola stating the reasons why he got a Sanusi removed.
It was told. When I became the governor, that is why you will laugh. I said, yes, Jonathan medicine is an important medicine. What a video! What a video! What a video! What a video! That medicine will serve the same purpose of the same disease and of the same patient. So I took my Jonathan medicine and decided to save the system, save the institution, and applied it effectively. And Jonathan on the same page. I'm sure you have no regret. I too have no regret.
That was Gandola. When he was asked why he removed Sanusi, he said, I only gave him Jonathan's medicine. Okay? So, that is by removing it. Thank you so much, Charade, brethren in the temple. The Hausa leaders were called Hiu or Seriki. You understand? Any other title then that you're given, I mean, Seriki or Shehu. I don't think
in order to make it more kind of official, they had to do it during the day. And they had to, like,
they were called Shehu
before you can approach the main palace, right?
So they are the ones who came in
do so
to teach
by
the Hausas
riding a horse,
teaching them like a pass.
And then they have to also put an umbrella.
Quranic
that umbrella is
what
will show that he is their king.
That was what Uthman Dan Fodio was in today's northern Nigeria then.
So that they when can then wait and face another thing coming after.
They had their kings, they had their tradition and everything. This was working for them until 1807.
Sanusi
it was until the 19th century.
Okay,
that this guy who was teaching the Hausa children Quran and all that now felt like they were too ungodly and their leaders were too corrupt. You see those children, they were teaching Quran. Hausa children, they were teaching Quran. They were those primary soldiers that they used to conquer Hausa land because they have new faith now and they have new leader now. That new leader is Uthman Dan Fodio. They were calling him a teacher. They didn't call Uthman Dan Fodio master or called him a king or anything. He was called a teacher up to his death. Even after conquering Gobir and the surrounding areas, including today's Kano, after conquering them and killing their leaders and killing as many people as possible, they offered him the Sultan of Sokoto. when he created Tontobi Sokoto, they offered him to become the first sultan. He rejected it. Instead, he picked his son, Bello, to become the first sultan. But they still referred to him as the first sultan. But it was never like they didn't want to be. You get that now? So it was hired like Alimi and Aponja in Ilorin. Aponja hired Alimi. Alimi, who happened to be a voodoo seller, a jazz seller, somebody who is selling voodoo, right? So they will come, a Fulani that will come around and come to that Iga area called today's Kwara. Okay, I mean Ilorin rather. So he will come around, and then Abuja said, "Oh, it seems that you have some content. I mean, you know, some very good juju that have the potency. Would you be the one to help me prepare my army, fortify my army for me against your warriors are coming for us? Okay. In fact, could you bring more of your people to join the army so that we can both conquer and destroy or defend this place?" And Alimi said, "Yeah, fine, do that." Abuja was so happy. Indeed, Alimi became, you know, in the process of giving that Quranic, this Quranic, that, the juju and everything to the Yorubas who are with Aponja.
So that
he started converting them. They started becoming Kano's. This one come, they say, "I'm Shehu now." Oguchi me come back. He say,
as well as
I'm
Kano's Emirates tradition and culture.
And this one Shehu.
That one shaped. That was officially made.
Alimi converted Aponja soldiers by teaching them Quran and giving them, and then use them, okay, to defeat
all the dramas around the old
destroy him and turn him
now. That makes him officially
a Yoruba land to a Fulani headquarters.
People are not going to have that
in Yoruba land today,
okay? Because
that
right
was
now,
what they did to the Hausas in northern Nigeria.
Okay, yeah, these guys were.
Usman Danfodio was just this juju seller,
political
Quranic teacher.
That was what prompted
who now managed to convert so many Hausas and others.
The APC national chairman
that their religion, their
when
tradition,
he was governor, that was what prompted him to create all these emirates, and he has already appointed emirs.
And
all these emirs didn't do anything wrong.
As many as
Emir of Bichi, Emir of this, Emir of that.
That is the story.
They are not just Emir of Kano. There are other emirates created, and the emirs
that is the emirates.
How could you just wake up and just wipe all of them out?
In Nigeria. None of that
so Kano
existed
Kano.
until 19th century.
Sometimes I think
Nigeria.
we should probably just believe that Kano is not Nigeria.
Now let's proceed.
It's only Kano said is removed out of the entire Nigeria that you have
Sanusi
politically conscious people,
pleasure,
but foolish and ignorant
he moved out of Kano.
Toys.
Himself, his family.
It's only Kano people that are so conscious in Nigeria.
To Lagos.
Like if they disagree, it doesn't matter where they belong. If they disagree, if they feel cheated in about anything public, they take it to the public. They don't even wait for anybody to tell them, go out there and fight. No. They're out. Okay? And that's exactly what is going on today. Day one, people from different emirates in Kano, they are now taken to the streets. How dare the government do this? In fact, Bayero is their own emir, not Sanusi. Now his trailer don't pass through Kano now. It's like a bunny, you know, a trailer that is carrying a bunny load of shit. So yeah, Kano is currently witnessing a burning trailer passing through it. There are those who want Bayero. There are those who just want to move on with Sanusi. And this today is the beginning. Watch this. Viewers' discretion, no? Just fire here, fire there. Everywhere, fire. So be careful.
Protest is not around after all. And you believe that?
I knew I was going to leave.
I mean, people who are facing serious economic problem, highest unemployment rate in the world, worst economic problem, like I said earlier, right? Insecurity. People who are living on the edge. They did not have the motivation to organize themselves like that and demand for good governance.
But this is very simple.
Well, I told you,
and maybe what I should
they are still Nigerians who major in minor and minor in major. You have to let our Emir be. If our Emir, our life depends on. I say, okay, how has the life of your Emir? How has anybody who is an Emir in any way have any direct impact on your lives as a people generally, other than him just joining the rest of those who are going to be feeding off you? You're going to be feeding him, feeding his family. They're going to be living off you. All of them, they removed, they reinstated. All of them will be living off you and their families, their wives, and all of them. You are still going to have to pay for that. Like, why can't people just be like major in major and ignore the minors? That would make them non-Nigerians. You understand that now? There is this thing about being a Nigerian. It is to be an expert in stupidity. Experts. The most intelligent person in nonsense. And sometimes they kind of sounded like they are educated, you know, when you see people sounding like I'm educated.
One option is I take his life.
Like, is your education a blessing or a curse? Anyway, they were fighting for their Emir, okay? And they were asking the Kano state government to obey the court order. So a lot of you are waiting for the day you will see Nigerians come out in that number.
I will not spend one day beyond 9
and demand for good governance. You want good governance or else you are looking for our trouble. You're going to look for that day, right? Northern Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, where people, the victims of bad government from every corner of that place, they will come out and be so determined.
It's just an opportunity.
Right, that could be a dream.
more things.
You know,
I've been
just
CEO
like
I've been
a
governor of
friend
Central
of
Bank, I've
mine
been Emir of Kano.
who was telling me
I do
God
what
and he said,
you know, so you know, it's just
believe
that's it.
what
And
I
think-
just witnessed
and I
now.
think if you take this,
So what is
I'm not going
that?
to stop
What's
anything. I have
And then it was like, man,
convocation lecture I'm going to
I
do on the 6th of March. I'm
this
going any
experience,
fixed
okay?
events I have.
I saw
will turn up at my
Nigerians.
events, continue my work
And they were all
continue my work
together,
on the QIBT,
and they were
continue my
marching,
work on
they were
public
mobilizing,
church, on
they
the
were
SDGs.
almost the energy. It was like they were done. But they
Nothing has
didn't use
changed
anything
other
like
than that I don't
religion,
sit on that throne
pride,
and I don't write
ethnic,
courses.
and all these things to deceive them anymore. But you need to see the
can still
energy.
write
It was so massive.
You can
I
still
got
write
proud.
courses.
And all that.
Then I woke up.
So for me,
Oh, it was a dream. Yeah, it was
I
a
think
dream.
we should have a very, very positive attitude. to-
Baba, you
to
probably
this,
should
and we should always
see your
never,
doctor
ever
because it is a
define
malaria.
ourselves
Okay.
by
I love dreamers.
positions,
I do. I love people who dream because I'm a dreamer.
what
So like if you can dream it, you can make it happen. If you can think it, you can make it happen. That is it. You dream and your dream, something you imagine and you dream another, and it comes. But it's not, when we talk about dreamers, we're not talking about people where they sleep, they dream. They see we sleep now, they see money for dream. They say be dreamer. Baba, I be dreamer too. Baba, I am like you. Baba, you are not like me. The type of dreamer I'm talking about are those who dream while they were awake.
I look back.
You understand
and I
those?
say, look, how many people have
Eh?
the opportunity of
So you want to
seeing
see a time where the
when they
people who are the victims of
how
bad
many people have a
government,
chance to know what their people really
governance, we see beyond tribe, ethnic, religion, and all other things, all other nonsense they kind of distract your attention
Because
with.
at the end of the day,
I want to see that too, I promise. But you see, when you see the elderly people that have sworn
I would rather
right,
have that
to
than
always
be loved by the
work
government and hated by the people.
against the collective good of all. So that was him. And those who actually
Even though
do
that
all
was
they
his
can,
first reaction, but we
will
believe that the
discourage you from
scheme,
being part of those who are going to want to demand for something better. Those who are not going to organize
Because
themselves protesting about
Gandola
any king or protesting about any emir or any sultan. I'm talking about all of you who are going to protest about yourselves.
Okay,
I
he
mean,
became
you and what you are facing.
number one enemy.
You
too.
that will hold
And
these
these were
public
like,
officials
he
responsible.
was never
You
going
will
to be
hold them
re-elected or
responsible for
become a
their
governor
actions and
again.
inactions. You
Then
see,
he
I'm
rigged
talking about
himself
that. We wanted to see that.
With the help of
If
Bukwari
you don't
and
do
this,
something, you are never going to
Yakubu
get anything
Mahmoud.
different.
So it was rigged
You will
back
see the
in.
older generation
That was when
that-
it came
that swore.
for
It's like
what
they
do you call
sworn
it?
that
That was
they
when
will
it came
ensure
for
that we will never have the opportunity of
Kwakwanso
growing old.
himself.
Listen to me. Bad
He made
governance
it to the point that
affects
Kwakwanso doesn't visit
the young people the
Kano
most.
anymore.
I will
Until
always remind you. It's so
Gandola
important that I
left
remind you of that.
and was defeated. In
That life you are
2023.
living is not a life. It's not a good life. It's not a life at all.
So another guy, because
that
they have
life
this
of
Kwakwanso,
hustle, living from hand
they
to
call
mouth,
themselves
poor
Kwakwansians.
education, miseducation,
Okay, it's like a
unemployment,
political movement of,
unemployable. You see that? It's
sort of,
unacceptable. It's not
politically
life.
impoverished people
The good
in a
standard
way
of
that
life
it is rank
of
adidi,
living
rank adidi,
is
rank
when
adidi.
you as a human
Because
being
according to them, this
are
person is
not
taking care of them
subjected
more
to
than you
a
can imagine.
system that treats you
So
like
they will continue
slaves
to give
in your own
Kwakwanso
country,
his own flower.
supposedly.
Then Abba
And as a
Yusuf
young person,
became
you will be denied access to good
the
health care.
contender
You'll be denied access to good
against
education,
the anointed
which means you will never be
candidate
empowered
of
in order to
Gandola
empower yourself or empower
in
others.
2023.
You've been denied all of that.
Last, Charade lost.
So at the end of the day,
The Emiratis created by
communicable diseases,
Gandola
preventable diseases,
was
and I'm
expected
talking
to
about things
have
that
been
shouldn't
re-
kill
I mean,
people,
you know,
will continue to
dissolved.
kill them. You know, you and
They
I
won
may
that
never
Abba
have the
Yusuf
opportunity
became
of
the Kano
growing to the
State
age of
governor.
90.
But there was Supreme Court's,
See
Supreme
what we have
Court
been
case
exposed to:
still
terrorism,
hanging. And then
fake
Gandola
drugs,
kind of got
fake
promoted and became the
doctors,
APC
fake
chairman.
teachers, fake drivers,
position he believes
fake
will kind of further
soldiers,
shield him
fake
from
everywhere.
any
And you and I's
blowback
life, my life, your
on his
life
actions
is
when he
put
was
on
governor of
put
Kano.
in danger every
It's
now
not
and then
helping.
by what these older
Abba
criminals
Yusuf
represent.
launched
This is what they
the
represent.
corruption
They represent
investigation.
what will keep you and I
Investigation of
in a
Gandola's
perpetuity
time.
of danger.
And they've
You will
established
die of Gandola, Gandola got
frustration,
all those bribes from.
and poverty.
And
these are the stages. This is what these guys represent.
So it's
You and
currently
I
standing trial
may
for
never
that.
have a chance
The next
of
is
growing
the
old.
Emirates,
Like
where
them.
today the status of assembly
We
came
will
back
not,
and said
because number one, we
the
will
status
not
quo
have the
remains,
same
and
empowerment they had.
Gandola's newly
We will never
created
have
Emirates,
the same opportunity they
they
had.
do not exist.
The entire place is
The
stifled out.
current Emir can go find something
And
else
that
to
is
do.
enough for you to get mad.
The party is
It's
over.
enough for you to get so
This was
crazy.
this afternoon
It is not for
by
you
their governor.
to never let anybody gaslight you with this political correctness. Respect your elders. You respect. Are you mad? How do you respect people whose belief is tantamount to your own progress, your development, even your life? We get killed. Have you seen an old man killed by the police? No young people get killed. Go check this figure, go check the number. They cut our lives short at every given opportunity. And they said you and I are overreacting. And we should still show respect to them. How do you respect people?
And that's
Whose
the governor
belief,
signing
whose existence
the
is
law
to cut short
or
your
the
life.
bill passed into law by the status
Dare
of
anyone
assembly
try to
controlled by
gaslight you
the
with
NNPP.
growing old when it is obvious
this
that
time
we will
around,
never have their chance
it
if
is
these
with
guys
immediate
continue.
effects.
A lot of us will never see
And
70.
Yeah, the table has
A lot of
turned.
us, a lot of
All
young
of
people
you,
have now been subjected into
one
different kind
true
of drug
emperor.
abuse.
And
Because of
who else
poverty.
again said we must abolish traditional institutions.
We are going to face serious
A lot of you are not
challenges.
angry today
This generation,
with
the generation
how
after us,
politicians
the one
are
after them,
playing
go outside
about
there
with what you call your
and
traditional
tell me I should be worried about
institutions.
growing old
They are the
when I
ones who
have
can
already been
decide who is your
subjected to
king
an
and who is not gonna be
eternity
your
of a
king.
poverty.
You know that, eh?
So that brings me to
And
Wole
that is why
Soyinka,
they call them the
confessor,
political kings or political
a
obas.
very useless old man.
That's how it goes.
89 years old man.
And a lot of people believe
is
that
witnessing
these
the
guys have
killings
now
of
outlived
the
their
destinies
relevance.
of Nigerians
Except
right now.
for them being used
Many
to
Nigerians
further
are walking
tame and
about like
control the
walking
people while
dead,
they share in the largesse
hungry, hopeless.
of the public looting.
Okay?
And
it keeps getting worse.
Somebody
like him,
they're no longer relevant anymore.
Whose
I don't think
lifespan
so.
is totally
In Kano,
out. He
they are
spent
waiting
his
for
life.
Sanusi to return.
Somebody said he's speaking
Because
1960,
it's somewhere.
1970 English. Absolutely. That was how they deceived our own grandparents. Speaking incommunicable, meaningless, and useless English. And that's it. It is like the Sabinus of today. It is like some of those who became whatever they became on social media right now, simply because, I could shake my hands better. Oh my God, nobody can shake their hands better than this guy. Oh my God, he is so talented. He shakes the hands so well. Look at this. Oh my gosh, have you met her? Oh, she is the most amazing housewife ever. Oh, you've never seen any housewife like her. She is the most intelligent housewife on social media. That was what Soyinka was. This generation, those who never actually had any meaningful meaning.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
that.
To what the
And
Nigeria of that time
indeed,
of
to those
back
of
then.
you,
Look at the world they built for me and you.
who are
Now, me and you would have to
currently
exist in Nigeria of Boko Haram. The
pushing
Nigeria
for
of
this, your one Nigeria,
joblessness.
one Nigeria.
The Nigeria of
And you have no
backwardness.
idea
The
that
Nigeria of
the criminal
lawlessness.
politicians
The
in
Nigeria
Nigeria
of where
can
criminals
they can
are the
turn
rulers.
day to night.
That is the... Well,
Just
if
to have
anybody
their
borrow
way.
point out, don't let anybody deceive you.
Anything.
Do you know
Yeah.
what we did? Do you
Okay,
know
talking
what we
about
did
this
to
guy.
contribute to
Do you know
Nigeria?
that the
Don't let
National
anybody
Assembly
tell you
of
that they did
Nigeria,
any job? Okay?
they
And serve
spent
Nigeria. Papa, we Nigeria for
25
serve
minutes
now. One true emperor.
to debate
Why should anybody come
a
and
bill
gaslight
that you and I will probably,
that
you are hearing it for
you
the
know
first
the
time,
contribution
okay?
I contributed to this
To
country?
debate a bill
Alaye kó ṣì dànù, kẹ́ kó ṣì wọgbó.
of
Contribution, you
returning
know, la rí yẹn
Nigeria
now.
back
See your
to the
contribution.
old
Your shit old.
national anthem in 25 minutes. And then
Your
10 minutes
father,
in the,
your
in the
father
Senate.
can never be what
before they quickly
Soyinka is.
pass
Of
it.
course, he will never
About
be
bill to
a
change
person like him.
Nigeria anthem
Because
to
at the end of the day,
old
she did Nigeria
one.
no lenwo yẹn. Look at
Nigeria
Nigeria.
will hail thee. right?
Look
Was
at
moved,
Nigeria.
and it passed the first
Are you proud
reading,
of what they have?
second
What they are
reading,
equating to you?
third reading, and then passed.
Approval.
Now they are just waiting for somebody to.
What do you call them? They
to
say
it,
the sweat of your heroes past.
and you will no longer
Look
be
at
singing.
the country your heroes past. Are you still blaming yourself because that's what they do?
Nigeria,
You maybe say you have no say
You won't be
in
singing that
how
anymore.
they brought us to this stage. They will still blame you.
Let me give you a background
these young
story
people,
about
all these young people. They don't want to work.
Nigeria national
All they
anthem.
want is money, money, money.
Okay.
We are talking about the
in,
big
during
who stole
independence.
billions from government.
Eh?
Your
Do you mind
uncles
if
and
I take
aunties,
it
your
simply?
mama, your papa,
I'll come back
civil
and tell you the
servants who
story.
are now multimillionaire
So
who stole
important,
money.
right?
They are looking at you and saying you have
and then
no
if you
patience.
haven't liked
All
this
this younger
broadcast,
generation,
could you take a moment?
they want
and
to make
just,
money.
Like,
Look
yeah.
at them. They don't want to work.
Don't go anywhere.
Thieves.
I'll be right back.
Thieves.
70 years old man.
Raise their children.
Jesus is Lord.
No safety.
Continue. 70 years old man. Jesus is Lord.
Those who destroy Nigeria.
70 years old man.
They want you and I to prostrate for them
So-
because they have Wole.
In 1959,
I be wood beard. I can dye my hair to wood.
the
To
British
begin to look like one stupid old
colonialists
man. Confessor
who
Soyinka.
saw Nigeria and Nigerians.
I told you something about the elite of Nigeria.
As
They are the most
toddlers.
dirtiest. The second most
Papas.
dirtiest of all of them in Nigeria are those who
Kindergartens.
parade themselves as
who can't really
educated
think
people.
for themselves per se,
Right?
that they had
Respect the
to
elders.
contract
Elders respected.
a lady called Lillian.
Do you think those people
Jane
respect you? They denied you
William.
education.
That's her name.
Denied you healthcare.
Lillian
Denied you security.
was
denied you
contracted
a
to
country.
compose national
Denied you
anthem for a
citizenship.
new country called Nigeria.
Our culture says we
And
have
then
to
she
respect
came up with
Olori.
some of these
Yeah,
words.
our
But
culture
who
did
was
not
the
say
person
that.
who helped them
Yoruba culture
to
did
turn
not
it
say we
into
should
a
respect
tune
those
that they had to teach
who have no
Nigerians to be
respect,
singing?
who lack morals,
Eh?
who lack.
So
Now,
there was
awareness.
another French called
And
Bada.
finally, our culture.
Yeah.
I am a Yoruba man.
She's called
Wo-
Bada.
Bada.
Something like that.
Somebody who
What's the
understands.
name? That's the
Somebody
person
who was
who
raised like Ibile to the
Creates
core.
the tune
or
or turn the
you will pick
words
Maiyegun.
of Lillian
culture, in Yoruba culture,
Jane William.
Yoruba says,
Turned our words into songs, and they now
Àgbàlagbà
taught
tó bá ti
Nigerians
so
at the
àgbàdo
independence
mọ́dì,
on how to sing
dà
their new
láwàdà
anthem.
adìyẹ.
It was
Elder
Obasanjo
must be able to
after
read
the Civil
Yoruba.
War, the genocidal war of
àgbàlagbà ń yá,
1967 to
àgbàlagbà ò kì
1970,
í yá ẹnu.
that later came
It's
back
Yoruba,
and commissioned
proverb.
the
An
Nigerians
elder
themselves this
can
time
be very
around to
quick
put their
to
heart
see or
and their
watch.
soul into what they think should be
Irresponsible
the
elder
national anthem
is not quick
of
to
Nigeria.
open his mouth.
That was
That
when
useless
Nigeria
man is
moved
doing it on
from
purpose.
Nigeria.
And in Yoruba land, when you see criminals, Thailand, they rise traders, cocaine dealers. They are like other thieves, criminals. Yoruba says there's no amount of wealth an individual who is a criminal.
Do you even know the
possesses.
Nigeria we hailed the anthem?
They do not
I think I have a
deserve
copy.
your
That's what
respect.
this Nigeria
My
National
respect
Assembly
in
in a
Yoruba
space of
land,
1 hour.
whether they are young or they are
Among
old,
all the
they
problems
do not
facing
deserve
Nigeria,
respect. Yoruba
they were
says,
able to
"Tí
think
ọmọ
about the
olè
anthem,
ọ̀daràn bá da
and they
aṣọ àrán
choose
borí,
their slave
ọmọ
masters
ọ̀daràn
anthem again.
tó bá da
And it
aṣọ àrán
passed.
borí."
So
you should be grateful.
You they read the
Grateful.
words.
You need to defend us.
And
then you
catch
turn around
feelings.
and begin
Are you
to
catching
call your
feelings?
fellow brothers and sisters
Uh,
for these
Now
criminals.
you go right on.
So
if you dey read them,
they are like talking to you and say, "Oh, this land
shall be blessed."
And that is why Soyinka and his
tribe by
fellow
although
travelers,
his son Olokun was our commissioner of health in Ogun State. Olori Bueda. You dey craze. Our tongue differ. How we can't take the brothers?
No anything
Colonial
to point out and say improved healthcare in Ogun State.
Just put them
by the
together.
son of
Oh, they don't speak the
I'm
same
not gonna
language.
hold him.
I mean, I'm not going to hold it against
together.
him.
His son, Allah,
Let them work together as brothers.
His daughter,
So
who
yeah, they
has
passed
been
that
jumping
just
from
within
one
an hour.
political appointment or the
Okay.
other, first political appointment from River State.
That place.
Maybe from Ogun State. Amechi placed him on salary in River State money. Yeah. When Amechi was done, Amechi went to Abuja. Aregbesola grabbed her and gave her another appointment. His daughter is a thief.
That's what they say. They say Nigerians
and I'm not
major
making
in
this
minor
up because I
and
don't
the
like
minor
him
in major.
anymore.
Okay, relevant
I am
is where
telling
they
you
kind of
facts.
have energy.
Things
But
that
what
you can
is so
easily look
important
into and
is
say,
where you see
no
them
wonder.
no, procrastinating. Right? Are you sure? Are you
Mr.
sure this thing is going to work
I'll
like
leave you
this?
to speak your mind because
Well, I have my own this. Okay, what do you think will work?
I'm your friend, Dr. Charles.
I don't know. God will help us, Jerry. Are you sure this your idea will work
Professor
like this?
Wole
Because I'm not sure. Because you see, maybe we should pray. Let's pray to God and guide us so that God
When
can
he
guide us.
said
You'll be
that
mad.
His Excellency
You'll be mad, man.
Peter
You can't
Obi
think for yourself.
is not
You
qualified
major
to
in minor
rule
and you
Nigeria
minor in major.
because
Niger,
his team is
a lawless place.
incompetent.
2 soldiers bought
I
phone
respect him
from a vendor,
as
a shopping complex, a
noble
plaza
laureate.
in Abuja, and it is called the Banex
But
Plaza in Abuja.
he is living in the past.
Then when they got home,
According to
the new
Dati
phone they
Baba
just
Ahmed,
they bought,
speaking English
they said the
of
battery
the
started swelling.
1960s is not
And
relevant.
you'll be
in
mad.
this
I will be
generation.
mad.
Point
Then I just
number
paid so
one,
amount of
I
money,
did videos in the time past,
and now
that
the
this
battery
generation
is
will
fake.
question
What is
everything
this? Then I'm going to go
and
back to that
question
vendor.
any
So these
person.
2 soldiers, or one of them, right?
This
So
generation,
one of them bought a phone.
The Bible
Then they
says,
go and it was
do
like,
not
the phone
touch
is spoiled.
my
A
anointed
brand new phone.
and do my
Call this
prophet
colleague,
no
I don't
harm.
know, like the shah
Touch
went
is
back to the place and said,
Touch,
listen, we need to go and meet the
that is.
vendor and tell
But
him
this generation, they can
they sold us something that is,
TORCH
we need our money
the
back.
anointed, burn the anointed,
And
and
nobody
do him
knows
harm,
what
and
really
disgrace him.
happened,
They don't fear any person
how the fight
because they've
started.
been pushed to the wall. They've been frustrated
Only that we
by
saw the Nigerian
inadequacies and
soldiers
stupidity of my
throwing
generation.
canisters
So they don't have
at
respect
people inside their
for
shop.
any of us. So when you think
Then the
that
next
you
thing
are
we saw
Wole
the
Soyinka, you are not
mob
laureate, you are one
assaulting
person,
soldiers
you are
in
bishop
their
this,
uniform, beating them
archbishop
up.
this, pastor this.
The whole thing
This
escalated
generation
so
is
fast
disappointed in religion,
at that moment,
elders,
because Nigeria is a
disappointed in
lawless country.
politicians of my
They
era
don't tell everybody,
and
run,
behind.
oh,
So don't
run, oh.
sit in
The
a
soldiers are coming. If
pedestal
soldiers
and
come
think
here
that,
now,
pastor,
they could
they
kill
will
everybody, they
pull
could
you
arrest
down and
everybody.
tear
And
you
that's
to
exactly
shreds.
what they did.
We messed up.
But take a look at this. A Nigerian soldier who
number
was
2.
angry. I don't know what they did to him,
Wole
but it must be
Soyinka
something that is
should
like, I don't
come to
know.
the
He
political
had to pull
podium
out
with
his own
clean hands.
canister of tear
He
gas
led
canister.
a mob
And he pulled it.
against
Watch
Goodluck
this.
Jonathan
Not just that, oh, then
that
watch where people
carried a
started
coffin
assaulting them.
with Goodluck Jonathan's effigy in it.
Country of mad
That
people.
contributed
I better go. I been at that's in a theater.
see your sons coffin. And who are now
That's no go. I bet you come down from here. I bet close that door. Close that. I don't want such to
moral justification.
They know they beat soldiers. They know they beat soldiers.
Insulting or abusing him or dragging him. This generation has seen what my generation has done.
They know they beat soldiers.
Point number 3. Professor Wole Soyinka is the founder
country
of
where
the
everybody is
Pirate
hungry.
Confraternity.
It's a place where people can't even tell you why they are hungry.
Friends, neighbors, and associates
economy
in
hardship,
that confraternity.
Fighting every person, but
I've
pretending,
spoken in their
suffering and
Barracuda
smiling.
feasts. I've done
A soldier that is
lectures
expected
for
to have
them
been trained to maintain his
in my
composure,
office
control your
via
anger, control your this
Skype
or that,
or whatever,
especially if
Zoom,
you are dealing with a civilian.
his-
I don't think that's
to
what they
his,
teach them in
deck.
Nigerian army.
in the United States in
No,
New
I don't
York.
think so.
The Pirates Confraternity stood
It
for
is so
injustice
normal for the Nigerian
stood
army to be
against
very
corruption
aggressive.
and stood
And the
for
civilians in Nigeria, they know
development
that
of
too.
humanity and excellence. I remember when they
Mommy,
used to donate blood and cook for us.
Hey, Nedu don't go beat
workers were on strike,
soldier.
they
Why
would
you
cook, they would run
beat
the kitchen,
soldier?
they would control traffic and do so
Instead
many
of the soldiers to come for
humanitarian
Nedu,
gestures.
they will come for everybody.
But
Run, oh.
recently,
Soldiers don't come back. Soldiers don't come back.
they sang a song
Soldiers don't come back. Oh.
and they shake like they shake. Papa when not well, they shout a below come. That's against President Bola Tinubu,
Where did they come from?
governor, a former Nedako leader.
Hey,
Sang that song. And another one with the Balabu song.
Now, soldier, they
What
touch
did
you.
you say?
Anybody where they see.
Did that
You beat soldier.
disqualify you, Professor Wole
That's
Soyinka,
soldiers, Nigerian soldiers.
from
That's they were running after it.
heading an organization? If you are
A
appointed,
very lawless
would
place.
that disqualify you?
And don't even
Ask
think
another question.
it is just
Prof,
a one-off, a mistake.
lawyer,
No, that is the system.
The pirates confraternity.
And if you're one of those who just probably felt like,
how much
you
control
this
do you have
Maiyegun,
over the activities?
let us
You
talk
formed
better
that.
about our country.
Peter Obi did not form the Obi.
You don't see anything good about
Obi,
Nigeria.
if you are doing
Every
preparing
time, you don't see anything good.
Lab. If
My
you want
brother
to
just returned back
crystallize
to
salt from
Nigeria
it, just take
2
a
months
grain
ago.
of salt
In fact, he just
and
opened
put
a
it
new
inside.
shop.
Other,
A new business
the
in
salt in the
at
solution,
Barnex
maybe like
Plaza,
potassium
Abuja.
chloride or whatever, will start crystallizing.
Maiyegun is
around
telling you
that
about what a
salt.
lawless
It's like
place
the way
can actually
peels
be.
are formed in oysters.
Now, because soldiers were
Grain,
assaulted,
and then the oyster will start
I don't know the number of people they have currently
clean material around
kidnapped,
it.
torturing them right now,
People
trying
crystallized
to
around
find out
Peter
those who
Obi,
actually
people
assaulted
who were tired of
soldiers.
the corruption,
But the typical
of
Nigerian
the
army
backwardness of our
shuts down
nation,
the
the
entire
things you fought
business.
for
And
this
it's
country
already
to
there.
become,
3
are
days
being
running.
desecrated. Those are the
If you
people
don't
who
produce the person,
crystallized
people will be
around
soldier.
Peter.
Now, no go do business here. Every day, millions
So,
is being
will
lost.
somebody
And guess what?
have
Typical Nigerians who are
disqualified you
living and wallowing in that
from winning
poverty.
the Nobel Prize
In this
because
economy
out
created
of
by
pirates
Thiefnubu that has rendered
confraternity,
majority of them poorer.
Buccaneers,
Now,
Black
next time they will
Axe,
not be soldier.
and
A
other
business
ones,
is
Vikings,
losing millions,
derived
tens if
their
not hundreds of millions of
motivation,
naira.
and then the cult
And in a
wars
country
and
that is
whatever
struggling
we are having in
economically,
this country,
where
would it be
Baba,
ascribable
more than
to you
60%
and
of them have
prevent
no
you
real
from
job.
winning the Nobel Prize? Prof, sometimes we need to
The
reason.
same people will tell
We
you.
need to
Then
think.
now, next time they will not be soldier. Shut the place,
Prof, sir,
shut the place down.
I think you misfired.
What are you saying? You,
are out
Maiyegun,
of touch
can anybody
with
beat soldier
reality.
in the UK like that?
You are eating
Shut
something
the entire
that is
place down, and that's
preventing
exactly
you
what they
from speaking
did.
well.
A lawless place.
Sometimes when you pack
they
too
shut
much
the entire business down.
fruit inside your mouth, you find it difficult to speak well. I think you benefited from Thiefnubu one way or the other, either through sponsorship or relationship, because I find it difficult to believe that you are a tribal bigot, that you have been generated to that level. I believe you misfired. Prof, this generation, social media, they abuse any person. Social media is a public toilet. If you can't bear the stench, behave like Thiefnubu that does not watch social media. And you must be very careful what you comment and what you say. Prof, you misfired. You tried in the time past. Your time has passed. Enjoy your retirement. Even me talking, I'm extremely careful.
That. It's because those who made the video, right, they had all this
it's not just
music
the anger
inside
of
their
abuse.
car. And to avoid
When
any
these
kind
Nigerians,
of copyright
these pro-Nigerians are
strike,
pushed to the wall,
so I took the audio
they will
out.
fight back.
Okay.
Remember,
But here is what a former military general in Nigeria, chief of defense staff, Irabo, had to say about the incident. If you attack Nigerian army, Nigerian soldiers, it's like attacking the government. Well, Boko Haram have been doing it for free. Really? Listen to this.
As a Nigerian who have served in the armed forces, and of course been retired, at the level I did, it would be inappropriate if I see what is going wrong and I do not speak against it. So it's for that context, I would say that the Barnex Plaza incident is a very sad one. Sad one in the sense that when you see a soldier in uniform, whether armed or not, you raise your hand against that individual. Besides being a soldier, even any uniformed person, for as long as he's an agent of the state.
Thank you, Jared, Dr.
Any attack
Charles.
on him is an attack on the state.
Okay. Still talking
And so
about
every Nigerian of goodwill
Soyinka,
must condemn such
a useless old man.
And so for me, I join to support
be destroyed
the
than their
closure
future
of
They will keep
Banis
quiet.
Plaza,
and
for as
then
long as it
he
takes
wants to tell all
to
of
have
us he's a
everyone
noble
that is
laureate.
responsible for
How
that
many of you even
dastardly
read this
act
book now?
to be brought to justice.
Nobody is interested in
This
all
is
that nonsense
because
anymore.
if we fail to do
You see all
so,
that time when they
then
are
of
kind
course
of
we'll be
like
calling
pulling
for
their weight
anarchy.
here and there. Do
The
you know who
only,
you're talking to?
the only men
Don't talk to Oni of
who
Ife
have
like
sacrificed or who are sacrificing their lives to ensure our collective good are members of the armed forces, of course, the police and other security agencies.
A lot of
So
younger
if,
folks,
on a slight
I'm happy.
provocation,
I
they are
am
now
so
attacked to the extent,
personally
if not for the
that in the
policemen
next
and
5,
some
10
other
years,
private individuals who
pastors,
rescue those
your
people who
imams,
have been
all
looking
those
at
who are using religion
Okwama too,
and all those things
which
they are
of
using
course
to
does not
deceive
speak
you,
good
they
to
will
us.
not have power
So
over
I think that,
it. They
and
will
that's
have
where I
power
also want
or
to
control over
appreciate
millions of us.
what the media is doing.
You
But
already
I
been
think
here
that you need
faster
to
than
put
you
the
can
context.
imagine.
And setting the agenda for the discussion, it must be to the extent that
you are talking to Elder like
the populace need to be reconscientized to understand the place of national security and the responsibility of each and every one of us in preserving the sanctity of our various establishments that seek to make us live in a very good environment.
Yeah, and it's good that you've been able to say that this is more or less like an attack to the Nigerian state.
Correct.
But the pain here is that sometimes, in as much as you try so hard to push that narrative which you just brought in as the media, you get some form of pushback or some kind of reluctance from the army or from the armed forces. So how do you help in that narrative of saying, look, this is our own institution, this is our country, this is our pride. Whoever you are, you don't touch one of those that have, because there are rules. But the military-civil relations affairs, civil-military affairs, and even the media of the armed forces have been mute in this case. Until now, in your personal capacity, you're here to talk.
Well, first and foremost, it might not be right or correct to say that
if we want to talk about men of integrity, let's begin to
why? Because they are not, whatever job the members of the armed forces, whatever job they do, it's not on their behalf, it's on behalf of the state. So they are only an agent of state, so they ought not to speak for themselves. The state itself should speak for them. But you see, most times you find that they receive, the bashing, and it's on that account that perhaps we now have, the public relations personnel to perhaps situate it. Look at the statement that was put forward by the Army Public Relations Officer today. That is quite mild, in my view, very mild. I think that it should be much harder than that, not necessarily from the army, but actually from the appropriate agency of government to be able to speak against such dastardly acts
unblemished men of integrity, men who are conscious of their good name, their global good name. Your son served as commissioner for health in Ogun State.
The ones that they are
he destroyed the health sector in that state. Looted everything and left.
Okay.
He left the health sector in Ogun State in shambles. That is your own son. Which of the sons of your contemporaries
talking about
smeared their father's name?
Listen to this Ikwere local government chairman from Rivers State.
Today's government is 100 times worse than the GEG's government.
And he's talking about his own
None of
governor,
you came out to
Fubara.
protest. You even wrote describing the wife of GEG as a hippopotamus and the president as a King. But everything happened in this government, people like you never came out to protest. But a few days ago, you came out to call the youths fascists and talking rubbish.
That was when they called the young people fascists. Oh, they are fascists.
And that I, Dr. Warosike Samuel Osorochi, whose tenor by the office I took, and certificate of return I was issued when I contested my second tenor election, that we should remain in office. So shall we remain in office. We are sending a message,
and it's really painful
to those who are threatening.
You know, one would expect that you
a lawless
some
country.
level of with the level you guys have attained.
Why would the governor not
should have
even
some
conduct
level
local
of
government
sympathy.
elections?
The other day we saw you
Because
at
if he's not going to be able to write the results he wants, and he can appoint his own guys to be in charge.
You don't have any problem with all
Why
due
would somebody
respect, sir,
elected
you
for
are
a certain
89.
period of time says, I won't leave unless they conduct
89.
another
Can
one?
you stop?
And that's the state of the affair
playing with
of
the future
River
of
State
Nigeria?
government
Can you
as we speak.
stop?
Even though
Most
you
of your
River State
children
people,
are abroad.
some of you are now beginning
Most
to
of
camp
you
and
are
back
abroad.
your
Mokiri,
governor
Atiku, all of
so that
you.
you can have people on
Your
the
kids
side
are
and stuff like
abroad.
that.
We in
The truth
Nigeria,
of the
what
matter is
future
that
are you guys
you
laying
are
down?
just
You are 89.
pawn.
You are
on their
89.
chess table.
89. Wole
You
Soyinka,
need
you
to
are
actually bring the
89.
entire table so
You
that people
should
like this will
leave Nigeria
never,
alone.
ever have to speak on
Leave
your
the
behalf.
politics alone.
Maybe not now, maybe
Allow
later.
Nigerians to
Okay?
breathe.
So the whole situation in
Allow
River State
Nigerians
is
to
already
breathe.
escalating.
We
What
are
they haven't done
hardworking.
right now is to start
We
shooting,
are hardworking.
and they will start
like,
that
we
in the
are
coming
hardworking.
days. In case if you
Everybody
are not
knows.
paying attention.
All country, every other
And that will
country
be after
knows that
Thiefnubu's
Nigerians
1
are
year
good. Nigerians are
of
strong.
inglorious,
But in
1 year
Nigeria, you
of your
try to
shaggy.
frustrate Nigerians.
That's when they will unleash the
And when will it
second
end?
phase
How
of
many
their
of us
battle
are
in
going to
Rivers.
travel out? How
Here,
many of us are going to run out of
it's
Nigeria for you
Fubara
guys to
wearing
leave?
in another 7
of
or
us?
9 commissioners.
Children that
Remember
were
that
born
with the
when-
weakest guys, loyalists
I
have
am
resigned.
over 30 years old,
And according
you
to
guys
Fubara,
have still been
these guys were just
manipulating this
appearing to be
country
commissioners
up
and all
till
of that.
now.
These
I
guys have
kids,
no
people are
nothing
still
to show that they
manipulating.
are actually like commission.
Please,
Anyway,
people should leave us
what's for
alone.
time?
Wole Soyinka,
Yeah,
leave
Fubara
us
and his
alone.
own
Tell
new
your people in
commissioners
APC to leave
keep
us
themselves ready for
alone.
whatever is coming.
Since I graduated over 14 years ago, I have never worked. I have been doing business on my own. Never have I felt so suffocated. Never have I felt so suffocated doing business. You buy fuel at what cost? There is no light. You buy fuel to even charge your phone to be able to do online business. Over 70% of your profit is gone. And then there is still a lot of uncertainty. Please, we should leave us alone. People should leave us alone. Thiefnubu, Wole Soyinka, everybody in government, people should leave us alone, please.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggle. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
I die. Everybody did so. My dear sister, crying. If they say crying. Okay. How do you say Tekumba Dale Ayombo Lowuro? How do you say that in English? They say tears may tarry at night, but joy cometh in the morning. Is that how you say it? Well, you see, the situation of Nigeria, Baba, is beyond crying, my dear sister. Smile. You know, they say cheese. You can cry from now till you turn 90, or you can cry till you turn blind. When you turn blind, the shege go still dey pursue you. The situation of Nigeria is beyond crying. Dear sister, dear brother, it requires action. Acting. I'll let you watch this. somebody wants to educate Soyinka why he is so wrong again. Yeah, listen to this.
What I have to say first, what qualifies one to be the president of Nigeria is as prescribed by the Constitution. The Section 131 says if you are a citizen of Nigeria by birth, if you are sponsored by a political party, if you're up to 40 years, of age, and if you have minimum qualification of school start or the equivalent. The other variable is that you have electorate who are up to 18 years who are registered to vote and they have cast their vote for you, the majority and you score the majority of the vote in line with Section 134 of the Constitution. So I think that, there is something we have to understand about the decline of democratization, especially in Africa. It has given birth to another variable, a concept called the rise of political movement. So people are moving away from political party system because of how regimented and regulated that ecosystem
and
is.
Manipulable.
So there's rise of political movement arising from a number of issues, coming to misgovernance and other challenges. So I don't think even an attempt by P2B himself to control the political movement that has risen over different issues, right? Just like we had the build-up with the APC, the CPC, MPP, and all that. You remember what happened? The change mantra, the idea, the notion that the serving president at the time was clueless and that he is not able to. So they maintained that mantra and brought about, let us make the change. So these are political, if you call it.
In other words, you're saying that the P2B can't control what the obedience do. In other words, you can't stop them with a magic wand and say, well,
absolutely. And the question is, what are those things the obedient are doing? And who has been able to dissect which of those actions can be directly linked to the obedient? Because we must not divide Nigeria into political parties alone. There are Nigerians who are seeking governance from their political leadership and they're expressing themselves. So in that expression, like we found an alliance between what the opposition parties were agitating for and the disenchantment among Nigerians leading to 2015. When those two converged, they were able to remove a sitting president. So you cannot divulge the fact there are people who are disgruntled, who are not happy with the governance system in the country. But when you classify all of them as obedient, then you are
invitation of Holy Spirit. It is so wrong, and it is deliberate. So I want you to know that, okay? And the reason why they are trying to make, number one, make everything about you, the obedience, the end of the meeting, and make it look like asking for good governance, asking people to be responsible, live up to their responsibility. Give us closing prayer. That one too will now say, all of this, and everybody will do like this. Is kind of systemically. You understand that now? The effort to try to make obedient look like it's evil, or make Mr. Obi look like is just there because of egos. They know he's not. They know he can't control any of you because he did not create you. Okay, it did not create any one of you. They know comes in when I want to discuss. But you see, the only way they can break it is to kind of plan it out. You are making you feel like if you are asking for good governance, you God, then that means you are obi. If you are for obi, then that means you are ego. If you are discussing any business with anybody from Nigeria, why don't you ask obi for it? And before when it was not talk, you don't know that it is all deliberate. The idea is good. The business all these questions they are kind of making you look like Peter Obi is the one that is your president. But okay. And at the same time, when they want to talk about Thiefnubu, they will say, you need to give him time. My brother. When they have nothing to say about Thiefnubu or defend him, they will just go on and say, man, this Peter Obi so and so. Everybody will start conversation. And you will leave Thiefnubu alone. Red flag in your core. So a lot of people know that it's actually like, it's gone are the days when they will tell you that he's a man of God, he's a God of man. All this conversation, you wake up every morning on social media, one lunatic, one faceless moron is talking about you being recovered. And the rest of you are there You do not know that it's actually to project and continue to push their idea that will say, oh, Peter Obi is for Igbo. You know, it's into a serious everything is about Igbo. That requires if you are supporting, if you are calling yourself obedient, you are just supporting Igbo. Igbo people don't like this or that. So kind of a pain, right? You have the whole thing in the shovel, all mixed up. On Twitter, this guy's his father. But the main thing is that you are asking for good governance at least. I mean, at least I can say that. And as a very good son, and a proud concluded that APC, PDP will never give you that of his father on Twitter. So shouting in police uniform, like now putting him as if to say, is and like some people were coming to say, a shadow government in Nigeria. You know that shadow government where and some of them are sounding like ambulance. You know that one, have his own advisors. Is this your father? And they're going to be acting like as if to say they are waiting to take over government, kind of. Shadow Nigerians bombarded the place. It's true story, very true story. So don't get carried away or get so soaked in your papa. This guy. So your papa is a policeman. A lot of you. Okay, I have a prayer for you. You picked up a fight. Everything where your papa don't do when he's a policeman, you his son. So when they don't face everything, it can't be like cause. They only just want to continue to grind that out, and the longer they can do it, your old man they can keep you more divided. Never to find your ground. Everybody's congratulating him, congratulating you. Whenever you know it's you, they feel like you are challenging them and asking them to some people do their job or others they don't fulfill their you see campaign promises. Some of them, when you ask them, when you push them, kind of like that. Kind of your own papa joined and he came out. My papa is a very good policeman now and then. I know you want to kind of my dad was a very, very disciplined policeman. Part of the game and all that. Unfortunately, not many of you actually understand this. Okay, if your papa and indeed, I mean, if your papa is clear, Obi cannot control what he did not problems. That's as a policeman. I have seen Showresa people. Everything that he out of trying to defend as a policeman in Nigeria. That is Wole Soyinka left the government. Not good. Obi didn't say all of you, starting from you, Wole Soyinka left the country that is in turmoil. Reap the fruit of his views. And he spent over 18 minutes attacking Obi. But they always kind of call him father, respecting him. You yourself know say your papa is a policeman, Nigerian policeman. And then a lot of you have been reacting so they praise for you that everything where your papa to the point that as a police officer are now saying Obi is finished. The repercussion of that, you don't know that all of these are just to continue to see how many for the rest of your life are going to end up sound like say they come that line and say, that's exactly what happened to that guy. This Peter Obi hates us, Sha. He started saying because his followers, the way they talk, he started replying people that God will punish you. Yoruba, the way they talk about the Igbos, Baba, we pray for your father, we pray for you too. Peter Obi supporters are dangerous. Obi can never be Nigeria in Nigeria. Do you ever call your parents and say, people who are pushing this are actually Thiefnubu? Tell me about your day. And you will see, mommy, until your brain you mind just sharing with us your day. And I've been hearing that this Obi is about Igbo. Are you sure you did not set somebody? Didn't know that before, Sha. I hope you did not. I think it's about Igbo, Jari. Rob people. This Obi is about. Ask your parents. Did you not? I hope you didn't try to kill somebody today. This is even bigger than Obi himself. Because if not, trust me. The ones that Nigerian policemen are bad, Nigerian policemen are bad. Plane ticket for the children of policemen are saying they are great father. I'm so proud of my dad. Jumped on my dad is a very good policeman. He's defending Papa. He's defending Soyinka. Soyinka that attacked Obi unprovoked. Not even that the obedience even goes to him. Nobody even was talking about him. Nobody just carried camera. Put camera in front of this 89-year-old man. Then the first thing he will say is about Obi. Must not contest again. His supporters are this or that. And you that we gave money to, we contributed money to, beg everybody all over the world. Please let us contribute money. This guy needs to go to UK and continue his education. Buhari's government JOJ mandate. I'm talking about mandate. Now a proper Yoruba boy supposedly Abi. Peter Obi is old enough to be his father too, right? But you see, when these guys who want to defend some of these Olori Bruku elders, using the line, Yorubas are very respectful. Yorubas are we have home training. These Olori Brukus only have home training for those that they kind of like. You understand? For example, if you love Soyinka, Obasanjo, Adebanjo, Ayo Adebanjo, and so many other older guys,
They asked me to carry you go.
They are not true Yorubas.
You carry me, they couldn't run away.
This is the kind of political ideology that Thiefnubu and his gang represents. This is what they pass on to people. So this mandate was writing his nonsense. I can write it initially. So he was writing his nonsense from his dinghy somewhere in England, right? Where he's holed up, okay? He was writing to defend Soyinka. And he was hurling different kind of insults at Obi. And they're like, Obi is old enough to be your father too. You are defending someone that is not because Obi attacked him. Obi did not say anything about him where he was responding to that. That is old enough to be you, mandate's father. Yeah, he's old enough to be your father. But guess what? In the name of
how many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you?
Hauling at different abusive men. And I'm like, is this not defeating? Me, I don't get respect.
Not be juju be that.
Me, I know say I don't get any respect for people like that. And I don't hide it. I don't pretend about it. Whether you're Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, I don't give a damn about you. The moment you get to that stage of being part of the criminals that have been identified, to hell with you.
Somebody said,
I don't care about your age or where you come from. So I'm not going to sit down and say I'm a Yoruba, well-trained Yoruba that respects elders. I do. I respect all people.
I don't understand how
not
you
criminals
do this.
who disrespect me.
Every day, different story,
You are defending
different happenings.
Some people are abusing Soyinka.
Do this? I said,
Then you took it on Obi and then
now you go
shows that,
fire.
this is who you are.
Start
All of
reporting
you
Nigeria.
hypocrites, useless morons.
You will not need to make up any story
Your education
anytime.
is
You don't have
worthless.
to.
It's useless. Even
Don't look
Odumeje,
around you.
You know Odumeje had this to say about your
See what
useless
it is
education.
like
Bunch of
to live
lunatics.
in a lawless country.
Educated in Nigeria,
Still be
where there is no good road. Do you know what they call rented people? Educated people
what do you call this?
stay in a country where
This
there
is
is
from
a
the
lot of digital
people of Port Harcourt.
development. Everybody in this country is illiterate. Go to intelligent country like Dubai. You will see modern things. Any educated people or educated country, go there. You will see development every day. Because the educated person means you have something what others do not have. And you must bring it in a practical. Educated people in a white man country and all the manufacture time. Bringing modern times. They're going to kill fuel. We are bringing electrical. All of us are illiterate. The day which identify educated people.
But guess
is when
what?
we started
That
to
is
bring
called
things
1 million
new.
man march
24 hours lights.
for Thiefnubu.
A good
You
load,
heard me right. They
and
staged
also
a
what?
1 million man
Security.
march for
Because educated
Thiefnubu
people will bring the
because
mindset
he's
of what?
doing so
How to make security
well.
in their country. Educated people must
I mean,
bring easiest way.
somebody said
to
they are
bring
speechless.
24 hours
But
light.
sometimes
Because their brain is
I
working.
do kind of get to a stage
Educated
of where I am totally
people
lost of
must bring how to bring good loads.
to even describe what I am thinking. Sometimes when I
Bless you,
take a look at these
Jare.
guys,
In Daboski, Abido Shaker. I think that's
Oh,
what
yes.
it's called. I kind
a
of
police officer did
I
not
like
care
it. I don't
about
know if
his.
it's
He
a
didn't care for his
pastor or a
life.
comedian.
He did not care
I
for the life
love
of
that
the
message. It's
people
very
in that
clear.
car.
Educated
A lady who was
Lulubukus are those
traveling
in charge of
in
Nigeria.
Uber. They got
Yeah,
stopped
you know,
by the
elites.
police
We are elites.
along the
Rich
Third Mainland
elites.
Bridge.
Useless.
Now, the police demanded for
Thinking
bribe.
dirty elites.
The
Living
driver
in a shit hole.
won't give a bribe.
All they
And
know
the
is just how
police sat
to
in
loot,
his
steal.
car. That's it. So the driver told him to come
Educated
down.
people. Do you know who you are
The
talking
police
to?
officer says, I'm
You're
taking
talking
you
to
to
a whole
station.
Professor Olori Buruku.
If you're not going to
Who are
bribe.
those who are rigging your elections in Nigeria? That's why you will know
started
that
the
you are,
car.
most of you are illiterate, if not
Moved
all of
on.
you. You're
So,
the only education you
police
have is
officer
to
now
know how to
felt
read and
like
write.
he is being
And your
kidnapped.
useless
certificate that you are pushing about as well.
So useless that those who are running government were supposed to be educated
the car was
people.
actually in motion.
No, they are not.
To the point that
Professors are
they lost control of the car many
for
times.
criminals who dropped out of
They
school.
ran into other cars
Now
few
the
times.
criminals gained power.
They even had the
steal
car
the pension of the
smashed on
lecturer.
what do you call it? On the road
Professor
divider
joined
few
the queue and
times
started
too.
protesting
But
that they have not paid his
ultimately,
salary.
They
His
almost
dog
ran
released
into
for
a coming
has denied
truck.
him his pension. So you claim to be
Until the
educated.
lady passenger
Meanwhile, in another 4 years, they will do it again. She was able to do it again. We'll give you 2 million. How much do you want? 2 million.
And then
3
they'll
million.
come around
Okay,
and
4
cry.
million. What do you
When
want?
you
Please,
think
please,
you are
officer,
educated
please
that
stop.
way.
Officer, please
Illiterates are
stop.
better than you.
That is the life of an average
In case if you
Nigerian
don't
inside
know.
Nigeria. Now, the OB they are talking
Even if they
about
pretend
is
that
actually
they
in
are
Florida.
Even if they want
He
you to
was
shut
there
up, don't say that.
yesterday where he had
Nigeria is going to be
a
great.
sort of a town hall
Nigeria is still
Thanksgiving
going to be
meeting.
better.
No, not Thanksgiving.
As long as we
Thank
are
you
standing
to
on
all.
this mandate.
No, I'll put that in before I go to something else. Watch this. Do you hang on? Oh. Somebody just call my attention to the fact that on YouTube we are currently over 2,000. Are we? But yet we are less than 500 people who have actually liked the broadcast. I mean, 2,000 is a lot. If you take a minute while you watch this. Excuse me, like the broadcast. I'll be right back.
On your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. Hey. Yes, sir. In the chief of staff's office. Well done. Very nice.
It is smoky Igbo.
Because you're coming from a place.
It's a tech Indian.
I know some of them are already complaining of arthritis. And they said that some are even asking if they could sit now. Okay? Because standing on the mandates in an empty stomach with a renewed hope that is now turning out to become a renewed shege, a renewed suffering.
You know why? Because they're here.
The people standing on the mandate are now asking if they could sit. Some are not even asking. They don't sit down already. The problem right now is that those that are seated, it seems there's no chance they can even stand up anymore on the mandate. They would rather sit or kneel. Of course, you will be humbled. So Bugaje, one of the PDP stalwarts, says, is this a renewed hope, a renewed scam, or renewed fraud? So you answer.
I mean, budgeted, and so many other experts on budget have shown that. They've come up with the figures. But again, Dr. Bugaji, should the government that is in an economic crunch be sponsoring religious trips? Now, such as a pilgrimage. Now, this is an issue that plays into politics. This is not economy. Right? If you're talking about economy, money should be invested so that these people should be rich enough to pay for themselves, right? This is what the economy argues. But these people are basically playing politics. And this is why they are putting that money in that particular. But should it be a priority for a government that is struggling to fix an economy? When we say that's the point. That's the point. But when you come to this, don't just isolate the 90 billion. Take them as a whole.
Again, that was him speaking to the obedient in diaspora, I think, in Florida. He said it there, you heard him, right? He said people wanted to protest. Young people, they actually wanted to take them on the rigged election.
Because if
but he knew
just wait
what they would do to them.
And
also, this is me now adding
it to that it's going to be 5
knowing that they had to hurriedly put together this
and when I know that
obedient sort of his own presidential sort of campaign team in an haphazard way,
kind of
not like it's been established, they have all the structure they will call on and all that. We're not too sure. So yeah, he said
it's a renewed front.
it is a gradual thing. It is a momentum that is building.
What are the
there will be a time. If my children, if I'm not going to say my children should go out there, there's no point in telling other children, other people's children to go out there. But
has poverty been abated? No.
A day is coming. All of us will be out there, which means he will be out there with you too. Well, I would love to see that, okay? But I was saying, trying to kind of say, well, I am in a very, very
but again,
hot
when you
soup.
say that you are,
I am only trying to make sure that I control the money
on luxury vehicles,
so that at least you can be able to say, okay, yeah, you have some semblance of control, kind of. And until then, to him, they are still building. I'm speaking for you, the obedience, by the way. I'm talking about those of you who have publicly said this anyway, that you do not believe in any of their political parties. Not that you do believe in their system, but you are giving your backing, giving them your backing, because who knows?
You see somebody winning,
I feel like I'm not seeing you doing an election and winning any election, fairly and squarely. There will never be any free and fair anywhere, okay? I am more or less like giving you my own voice.
It says, Maiyegun continue to
one of these days I'm waiting for when they will do it to you or do something that will trigger you. Then I want to see the number.
Oh, you will cry for 8 years. Let everybody just know that their priority,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's not your
you have
priority.
the number to get
your
overrun
priority
them.
not
You have my platform.
their priority.
You
You are
to
not
work
their
with you.
priority.
I promise.
Okay. So
But going forward,
renewed shaking.
I didn't know
renewed
that they put back
renewed
Kaduna
fraud.
Abuja train.
There is always a
Until the
renewed
news
debate.
broke this afternoon,
And
then
as
it
for
has
Nigerians,
I've
they
seen derailed.
love to renew their
It's like
certificate
derailed
of
the
slavery.
And most of the time, it's going to be like everything
the
else
same
because of the
system,
speed
different
and all that.
masters.
This one be like, say, the whole one like this, they come push out.
Now only this Thiefnubu
It's just me.
became obvious that they never really gave him anything.
Like Bokuwari, nobody voted for this criminal to become any president. He didn't have the number. Don't let us forget that.
But it is your president today, and 200 million of you have nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And
that is the only train that goes to
and
Abuja,
in 2027, as some of you are already looking forward to 2027,
Abuja. And
those who
this
are
is the plane.
Voluntary
slaves.
a
Sophisticated train that
call you
who are ready
and,
to renew
their slavery certificate.
The Minister of Transport or something
Except if you are
said that they are putting back to
and stopping to
show you again. This is
no be election for stop to
the best plane.
I hope you know that. And you see this idea of my brother cannot read. If everybody come out, I know some of you, that is what you're going to tell yourself until you will soak yourself in that lie. Some of you are already getting yourself ready. Because if not, right?
What else?
That's exactly what their train feels like.
There's no other solution. Let us just kind of work together with these people, and then when Thiefnubu is gone,
that train,
then we can
talk on that Abuja Kaduna train. And I'm not joking. This is not a makeup. You can, I mean, what do you call it? Fulani terrorists or Boko Haram. They can actually catch you
all of you, 100 million of you. Like the train is
vote
coming.
against Thiefnubu.
The terrorists will be like,
right before your very eyes.
What's it called? Usman, run.
He will continue to be your president. Let him try. Oh, Benny, calm down, Joy. Enough.
Did you say you answer?
Any small thing like this now, so you could just
call your family.
They drop.
I'm serious.
You know, different quotes and different
train
quotes.
that runs on 35 kilometers per hour. She training here.
Come to reality. You need to come to
Federal
reality.
Capital Territory. The giant of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, they spend billions of your money to build that.
I know some
it's
of you
been like
told
one
me
trouble
here
after
then.
another. I'm not
borrow
mocking
money
you.
to build
I'm
that.
just trying to say that's the train they killed Chinelo on. Remember, Dr. Chinelo that was killed by the
I wouldn't let me make it easier for you to also
train.
fool.
I think it was in 2020 or so.
If you are obedient, you are my brethren.
Bad
in the
news
temple.
that happened.
Yeah, you are here.
In Lagos. So a
Can't
mosque
deny.
collapsed
1, 2,
in
3
Lagos.
impacts are
And
probably
from the report,
you.
a lot of people were
So
trapped
you
inside.
are a brethren, you are a
But for these
Templar
guys
in
were
this
busy
looking
looking
temple.
for the
So it is ideal to help
wounded Qurans. They
you
were actually
not
searching
to
for
fall
Quran,
prey
and not people.
of their deceit again. And if you probably fall prey again, then that will be your choice. You know that kind of thing. Elections can take Thiefnubu out. And a rigged system can never produce any fair election. Immediately validate the Thiefnubu's extension in 2017. Or you can stop that. Okay? And if my solution won't work, my words
They were able to
live
save
forever.
the lives of so many Quranic
the system you
some
are
of them
trying to
like
challenge
torn and all that, but they were able to save
can't
and rescue
challenge
them from the
You have to
collapse.
make move to destroy it.
Now listen, if you are one of
has
those,
to
I don't know
go
if this is the
down.
story now, but I
And
just want to
you,
use it
the
that way, right?
obedient,
That if you are one of
Obi
those who love
said
buying
they
things
want
from
to destroy
Nigeria,
the
be
structure
careful.
of criminality.
Be very, very careful. Okay? Because these
Don't go
days
into
now,
partnership with the same people you know
anything can happen.
are beneficiaries.
Listen,
The product
I haven't
of the
seen
same
a share butter
structure of criminality.
this massive
Now only
in my
people who
life.
feels like they have
Share
to
butter
have
is
that
alright,
power
no cost.
No,
sorry.
it doesn't matter how,
Uri?
you know what I mean? So Uri is
So
the
far,
share
so
butter. I mean,
good.
share butter. As
Now in Lagos, they have to
follower
mix
of,
up something,
this
but putting
temple,
up their NDLA
you
gets
shouldn't prepare
hold
your
of it.
mind.
But
your
who
heart.
will put cocaine
Eh?
inside share butter,
It was
inside
any
Uri,
2027
and ship it to the UK?
nonsense.
Share in
If you can
Fagoni.
do your best to
Which
stop
kind of
it,
people they smoke for that
do
place?
it. And if you
UK
can't,
of all places,
then let posterity
you pack
judge
cocaine
that you did
inside Uri.
try your best.
Who is
Have you-
going to go collect it?
There is a call.
I am saying this to all of you who always
charge.
kind of say, I can help
Yes,
you.
somebody
My sister is now
who
in the
happened to
UK.
be
We send it to her.
a
A lot of
dictator
people will do it
himself.
for family members.
Charge.
Idea what they are up to,
Then
right?
he conducted election to transit to democracy.
It will
Like
be
Abacha
delivered to
wanted
your
to
address.
in Nigeria back
there,
then, before he
The
died.
reason, Neil,
This guy
but
did
this
it.
one didn't work.
Now,
They cut it.
he won the election
Yeah,
by
airport.
over 90% of the votes. Only in Chad and some other horrible, corrupted, countries like that. In 2027, Thiefnubu that had, what's the percentage of Thiefnubu in your 2023 charade? 33% they said, Abi? Good. 33% is your president. By 2027, some of you would have been seeing the result of the election before they even choose the election dates. And when they are done, you go see for the first time that Thiefnubu will have a landslide. And they can declare maybe 80% for him. They'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to do. Go to court. Look at him in charge. Call you.
anyway, that's just me trying to kind of wrap it up. Maiyegun, wrap it up so that we can take calls. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Please, I'm going to go for a short break now, maybe for like about 2 minutes. And if you haven't really liked this broadcast since you joined, you probably should now. Okay, before you start making the, making the calls. So this is me. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And thank you so much once again, though. Okay, I will be right back. Rehabilitated for mainland bridge to celebrate his 1 year. He is also there.
To the glory of God, to sovereignty and to Africa, Okwaja community, we are diverting completely from the new alignment, from the old alignment. And we are rejoining back to our new alignment at kilometer 25. Congratulations. There is, an amount by the federal government, gazetted rates, whereby we used to pay, for properties. And there is also depreciation. It's a professional, exercise. There are people that are licensed to do this. And so, just like an engineer or a journalist, you are ruled by the ethics of your profession. And so that is exactly what we are doing. I do not expect in anywhere in the world that if you put 4 billion, we get 4 billion. That is not the intention. The state government, each of them, they also have their rates, which is slightly lower than that of the federal government. And so that is it. So we are using the gazetted rates, and then we are measuring the areas. Sometimes we pay in linear meters, sometimes we pay in volume. But we are being very fair. Even by right, those that built on the gazetted way are not supposed to receive compensation. Those that built within the 250 right of, way of the federal government from the coastline are not supposed to receive compensation. Only permanent structures should receive compensation.
So this was yesterday, 2 days ago, and yesterday, where they agreed that they will make adjustments. And somebody said, this is after they have destroyed multi-million dollars of businesses. Because we're on TikTok together. So they are not going to make adjustments. So what that person now said in conclusion is that a day is coming. Like Emir and Bokuwari, a day is coming that they are going to say everything devil whom I was doing got to know Thiefnubu's approval. In fact, Thiefnubu was not aware, including this coastal route that they will come up later and say, well, Thiefnubu was not aware. Are they not denying that
if another person come from
Bukuwari is not aware of the change of Naira plan or the printing of new money?
Of course.
Meanwhile, Bukuwari
and
posed with this new Naira and told Nigerians, you should please go and put your money in the bank to get the new notes, or else you will lose your money. Only for them to come back months later and they said Emefiole acted alone. Bukwari was not aware of anything.
So they know
even when you show them pictures, they say, no, Bukwari was deceived.
So the movement, no,
Bukwari was deceived by Emefiole.
So much
in fact, Bukwari was misled. Bukwari's signature was forged.
Him used that one.
One day after using this
but that one
foolish, selfish, ignorant, evil man
their own problem.
to carry out
I want to talk about the
sinister, tribal, ethnic list actions.
What really happened
when they have achieved all of that. The victims will remember.
The story we heard was that it's like
deny.
Two versions, right?
Was aware.
They said the soldiers bought the phone. Others said no, it's one of the soldiers' girlfriend that actually bought the phone that got
devil.
Tell me, what did you hear?
No, actually, now
all
the
of
soldier buy
family
the phone.
members.
He say him buy iPhone 14. But him buy iPhone 14.
To call him to
order.
Okay, shall be here.
No,
so Thiefnubu was in Lagos today with his friend Gilbert Shaguri. Okay, to celebrate their win.
To say as they come go the shop,
no nothing, no environmental impact assessment AIA conducted, no nothing. 15 trillion on the way is worth celebrating, and that is the highlight of Thiefnubu's 1 year in office. To celebrate that is going to build you a road.
The message here is
so
we
from
have
there now they can't call Mopo come. Now there that Mopo can't use tear gas for upstairs, scatter all of them. First, they
can stop it's actually
no, it's the Mopo. It's not a soldier, it's the Mopo. Now the Mopo shoot the tear gas to disperse everyone. As they can't disperse reach down, they can't continue. Now there they can't begin knocking the soldiers anyhow. They can't, the Mopo plenty come back. As in they can't come more, come. May they come clear them from there. It was the Mopo, yeah. No. It was the Mopo that came to clear all of them. Then they took the soldiers and everybody, the functional Politico observed for them. So from there, these soldiers, they have come to their own buildings. Now from there, they come, they have great consent. I think they tell them to camp tonight. And the video don't go say they beat soldier. They come,
take that away.
Carry soldiers.
So that was the call there.
So
and
that
then
one,
his wife.
You see,
his wife has a message for you, young ladies,
here
women,
in the military,
generally,
you don't see soldiers. You don't see us outside with uniform anyhow. No be say if you wear them, no be case. If you wear them, there's no problem. Anywhere you see a soldier in the United States,
we have to salvage our children.
Outside, then definitely there is the
we see the way they dress. They keep forgetting that Nigeria, we are beautiful.
In uniform.
The moment you can see what they showcase on the stage, I said we are fashionable. We see what is going on.
You get to because
we are not having a Met Gala, and everyone their nakedness is just everywhere, and the men are well clothed. So we have to do something. Tell them the way it is. We don't accept nakedness in our culture. That is not beautiful.
Just clear. Then you go.
It's not beautiful at all. And they're all beautiful girls.
You understand?
But they should be confident to know who they are.
Talking the way he talked.
They don't want to be like, even they are mimicking and trying to
produce those people. I mean,
emulate
to show that for the
film stars from America. They don't know where they come from. Why did Maiyegun come here looking for Africa? That is something we have to take home. We know who we are. And don't lose who you are.
So dumb.
God bless you.
They have been.
What about their subordinates? On that
what about that?
You know who you are.
Don't lose who you are. Give you a very a simple way of
just so I show you, okay,
the way the
it's not just Obi that cannot control his followers,
so
but they create them.
The general just speak. Now exactly.
Thiefnubu created his own followers, but he has Google sellers that he cannot control too.
And the people that they sent out there to go and intimidate the people. They don't know that they are doing the slavery work. Because that's not a military job. Man, that you have been everywhere all over the world. You have been with different kind of military. I'm sure this man has been among Even the US Army generals, we have sat with them, we have seen how the soldiers.
It has been hosted by the high-ranking military officers in the UK. That is
but do you know?
Okay.
But Maiyegun, do you know that this man he knows all these things? But they know if they bring all those things to these people,
you can't control.
These people will learn and they will understand and they will understand that they are doing a slavery work in the military. Take for example, the courses that the officers come abroad to go for, that they go for courses abroad. Do you know that they can actually send their soldiers abroad to go courses, but they will not send them because they know if the soldiers start seeing
can you believe it? I've actually spent like 2 hours with you already.
One day, they might want to rebel against them. That fear is there.
Listen, do you know that
that fear is always there? That is why they will not give them that opportunity. Instead of them to send them abroad, they will rather bring those people,
over 2,000 people watching on YouTube,
pay them the money that they will not even
over 100 on Facebook have done so well.
Pay them that money
over 130 offering.
Bring them just so that the soldiers will not be exposed.
What do you say to people who have like
soldiers that are working? You are working for the
general. Get ourselves down to 800. So please do more.
Them like a slave.
I'm going to go for it.
Imagine the soldier with officer use pen, mark on top money, go give them. When you collect right, you can record them. Even waiting that officer, I don't know if you don't see that video. Waiting that officer do for there. Waiting that officer do for there. They're supposed to look for them. How much the soldier to soldier in Nigeria? The last corporal. Staff sergeant, a staff sergeant in the United States Army, E6 staff sergeant is taking the benefit and everything. The calculation is going to almost 10 million naira in Nigeria money. And you people are not doing the job. If you are a soldier on this program and you are listening, let me tell you, better start working on your way to get the hell out of that shit. Because bro, you're fucked up. Let me leave it there.
Hello there.
Good afternoon from here.
How are you?
Fine. What are yourself?
Well, thanks for asking.
My name is John. Calling from Boston.
John. How are you today?
Yep. Doing well. Before I go to the message you brought this afternoon, Maiyegun bless you. Keep you, protect you for this education you are giving to our people. You will live and the kind of live and benefit this that you are giving. You see, as in the book, you can know this place. I will give you one example. Before we are there, Niger at the hustle.
They speak in tongue. Thank you so much. I have a caller. Hello there.
Listen.
Sakpa Maleku, my brother.
Wa Leku Sakpa. How are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing
you
good.
Go house.
Doing good, man.
Go plug them.
Well, thank you
the
for
the work. The guy
for the games of thrones that is happening.
The man carry him go office, go plug them because
the show was interesting, man.
The other come blue.
Honestly, guys,
the man come back,
but you just have to put your hands on the screen.
My eyes, no be saying
Pastor Rat, please show some respect.
No be saying
they
carry 7 soldiers. He was full.
The bitch never disappoints.
For Guarempa. They begin to shoot gun.
On point with her.
They begin to shoot gun.
That is the beautiful thing about Rat.
Beat hell of this guy.
When a bitch wants to be
how you think say that? How you think say that place go provide good?
With what that is going on in Nigeria,
how you think
she's worried about how Nigerian girls are
dressed? The show called Lugu. So what do you expect? Have you not seen this screen there?
We'll call you that.
How you think say that place go work?
You cannot be showing this man this.
So
we need to put on clothes.
Destroy this thing.
As in, what is going on? I mean,
what is that
northern state that wants to marry
the rest of us realize that
they don't care about us. They go.
She's not worried about
they
that.
Get that
she's not worried about the high inflation, the printing of money,
see what you
kidnapping.
See what the video you show now for policeman.
But she's worried about
policeman. We say
Nigerian girls are dressing.
Civilian.
Oh my God! I pity this
foolish fools. I know give you because I know commit no crime. You who can connect.
This name cannot save.
It's some motion.
They cannot be saved. She said all that, and people actually clapped their hands.
That place. When not the Thiefnubu don't enter. How you try? You know he walk.
Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. It's like
no work. You have the right.
And people will defend
go
them.
Where you buy food.
Let us now go to what is happening in Kano
That
State.
person go say, okay, I go change that
for Thrones.
Now disgrace
Game
place.
of Thrones,
the
Game of
change for you. You be
soldiers
in Game of Terrorists. They call police and the terrorists are fighting for the throne.
I'm trying to follow the law here.
Exactly.
I bought this phone and so has happened.
Yeah, it's a game.
Try it. But they say, I know that one will take forever. You have to use soldier.
I mean, let us look at these northern people, right? You see, this is why I generally have no respect for them, and I don't care if you cry.
I won't.
Look at how I know they give you money. This thing why they give you prayer.
Tradition that their own leaders and bastardized.
Thank you so much,
Look at
Johnny.
how
That's Johnny
from
Boston.
see how they are
Indeed,
raging.
you too can be part of this.
But
The
they
number
will
is
not
right there on
rage
your
like
screen.
that.
If you are calling from
So that
outside
they
the
can
UK,
have
you
organize
need to
the
put the
prefix.
prefix
Every day, they are on Twitter, they are on Facebook.
So put the plus
asking the
form
Igbos to
and
come
then
and
you
join
will
them
be
so they can
speaking
protest
directly,
against the Thiefnubu.
to
You
me.
can call out all those people.
Right
you
here,
couldn't
right
call them
now.
out to
Maiyegun,
good governance. But you are doing that for everyone.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Maiyegun, first of all, I trust
Thank-
sensible Biafra.
I am fine.
They are
I'm
not
fine.
even
Thank you
listening
for
to
today.
Northerners. I trust
This is
them.
Bright
I'm not
calling
even
from
worried
This is
about
Bright
that.
calling from Italy.
It is bright.
What
too.
I'm
I
saying now,
almost
I'm
mixed
trying
you up
to
there with
now.
somebody
I want
else.
to
I
speak
think
to
2
those
nights ago,
moderate
and I couldn't even
Northerners, those
remember
ones
the
that are
name. I'm
silent,
trying to say I have a
closet
friend in
terrorists.
Italy. He calls all the
That
time.
insult us
I was listening. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Because I almost
I
called
was
the guy
listening.
right, but I can't even
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
name, so I had a
because
phone
Yeah,
call
yeah.
from somebody there.
The guy was calling from Italy as well. I was
position.
listening.
Thank you so much.
Maiyegun, and yes, you will see Peter Obi is
Maiyegun,
doing
thank you.
ball for them.
Let me go around. Let me just go around the issue.
When he's telling them, stand up
the
for
issue
your
of
rights,
Nigeria, my brother, you
we
see,
cannot disobey Allah.
like the Bible will say, because
And they
for
cannot
me,
vote for
I
it
think all those things that we
And we
recorded there
cannot
are
vote for
just
see.
part of history.
2027
Like it's a
let
kind
me
of a
leave
manual for people
aside.
to
Let us now
follow.
go. Let us
You
now
remember
go
in
to
the
the
Bible when they
confessor.
said the children of
Let's go
God
to the
in
confessor. See,
Egypt,
Maiyegun,
how they
I'm very
suffered,
happy.
how
Like
they,
I was
you know.
speaking with
I think the
Martinelli the
Nigerian
other day.
situation is like
Martinelli
that.
was
It's
telling
like
me how
everybody's in Egypt.
people
So we are
were
looking for
raised
somebody who's going to take us
with
out
respecting Wole Soyinka.
because everybody is
Luckily for
suffering.
me, when it comes to Wole Soyinka,
Everybody is
I'm
suffering.
indifferent about
Serious
it because
suffering.
my parents,
Everybody is
even
suffering
though
because
I'm full-blooded
the
Yoruba,
issue is
they
so
never
strange that
brought
it
Wole
seems like
Soyinka in my
we cannot
side
take
in the sense
ourselves
that
out of
I
it.
think my parents knew that the guy was
Everything is
trash.
just
So he was one of
everything is
those
just sometimes
Yoruba
you sit
people
down,
that
you start to imagine like,
they never
is this
told me
things
to
happening
respect.
for
I
real?
know the Yoruba
Do we
people
have
that they told
leaders?
me to respect.
And
Guys
what are
like
these people
the
doing?
Oni of Ife, Alafi
Because
of
as we
Oyo,
speak now, Maiyegun, do you know
Obasanjo,
that in
but
Nigeria
Wole
as we speak,
Soyinka,
they are already doing campaign.
that's
They are already doing campaign as we speak, but people don't know. They are already campaigning.
Right.
Guys, it's memorial. It's memorial.
I
don't care.
just listen and
I don't care.
I am with a very good authority.
Whatever
Okay,
I don't
there was
care.
already been
them all
a
anyway.
$240 million.
But the thing is that my parents
right?
never indoctrinated like
as you are watching this video,
Thiefnubu, I used to wonder
these are the new stuff that you didn't have before now.
High school.
Thiefnubu as the
always
coordinator in
like when I say something,
every word.
not
every local government area, 774 local government areas of Nigeria, specifically appointed for 2027, not just that.
Age of 90.
Out of 36 INEC commissioners for each state, Thiefnubu alone appointed 19 of them.
And all they have
to tell us, I mean, you know something of APC, like no secret is open. All right, this guy also that's second, you know him now. Like he's always the man that conducted the most controversial. This guy went to his house, charm called. And he went there and he went to say, "Sham called all this backlash and election of last year." Is the man that will decide the next one.
They are just reacting, but
then also the judiciary. Happen again. Or you came back, you attacked him again, and his supporters are responding. Now you want to throw in respect. To cover that. Kind of. A lot of them have been like promoted. This is now, something that is unprovoked. No, it is not that this guy is disobedient. So it's not as if that Obi came out and said, "Look at that Wole Soyinka is this," and then obedience started. You know, no.
That is why I was telling you. I know that day we talk. I told you that if Obi can go and merge with anybody mergeable, nothing is happening. Nothing will change.
Yeah,
you can merge from here to Benin Republic. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. And the only problem I'm having now, because I know that Thiefnubu is trying to hold his ground, but I'm looking at Aerofire as another strategy, because you see there was a time that the northern governors, they went to the United States for security package. I don't know if you remember.
This one, you are my friend. Now themselves go see the tackle themselves. Are you trying to abuse Obina? Are you trying to kind of criticize Obina? What is wrong with you? They're going to fight themselves. People where they give them.
I'm talking of recently when they came
the one that went a few weeks ago that they came back.
Yeah, do you know what I'm suspecting? Do you know what I'm suspecting? Maiyegun. I'm suspecting that these people, you know, when time these people travel outside, you know, like I said, they don't give a damn about it. Sometimes we just go and vote like Nigerians, but we don't know. People don't really understand that people are meddling with our elections. They are putting people there from outside to put things in place, because you cannot call Nigeria, like for example, some countries call Nigeria their Commonwealth, but people don't know why they call it their Commonwealth, because it's their property. So those people cannot just leave you to do whatever you want to do if you are their Commonwealth. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. So if some people now went to the United States and said they want for security package, what of if there is already an alliance on ground for somebody like Erufai? Because tomorrow, if he comes in, then the United States will have their base in Nigeria, because those people are supposed to leave Nigeria by September. So if they are already having those kind of, by 2027, you can enter, then you people can have your way, because we are the most affected with this crisis of insecurity and everything. We use it as a leverage. Just the way Buhari and Jonathan was kicked out, whether Jonathan knew that he had to retire, so he just said, okay, he don't want any problem for Nigerians, because he knew what was happening back door. So he said he just left the election for Buhari. Do you know if the same thing will happen with Thiefnubu? Because you know Thiefnubu himself has baggages with these people. So they can say, okay, we give you the 4 years. If you don't agree, we put everything on his space, and your people will vote against you. Then he will slide. There is a lot to come. People don't know. There is a lot to come. Somebody like Obi cannot. Somebody like Obi. Let me tell you. Look at the history of Africa. Every African leader that is propelling the progress of a nation or a country in Africa, he will not see the light of the day. The West will never allow you. They will never.
They intentionally prefer worse people running Africa.
Now they prepare people that will come out. Like you said in Abuja, some people came to close shop, beat the hell out of their own citizens. They are supposed to protest because it's a colony. It's a colony. You are owned by people. There are people who give instruction. You are supposed to remain like that. You are not supposed to progress. You are supposed to be begging for what belongs to you. So by the time the country progress, these people will not gain anything from you. This place we are all living today and saying, oh, they are doing well. They will lose so much. So they prefer we are struggling. Then somebody is there to keep on, bringing us down.
I was thinking about something right? I said, this is just like looking at a bigger picture, pretending that
Nigeria is a country. Now, let's just pretend, right? Do you know that that place is working well? The population of Nigerians who are professionals here and there all over the world, the whole world will feel it. The world will miss Nigeria and Nigerians. Because a lot of people come back to that place. And guess what they return, all these places that they have, all these societies that they have helped to kind of like contribute their own professional quotas to keep them running, they will fill the vacuum that Nigerians have come back all over the world.
They are right? It's not Yoruba. People are listening. Let them go and do their fighting. There is no our president now. Good bad ugly that you will not find Nigerians. So God has blessed us with all those things. But you see, the West has already blacklisted us. Let me tell you, Hollywood in the United States. We never have a character played in any of their fictions.
That was how their story.
If they add your country
presented, right?
As a villain, it already means they have already blacklisted you. They have started the propaganda against you. If you watch some movies in Hollywood to the United States,
I'm talking about Biba Tumogaji now.
Do you know how many
the one
movies
that
they have
Nigerians?
Nigerians
was adopted
characters in it
from from a home
people.
in the battle.
I don't know if you have come.
Okay. And his story, right? In fact, including the story of his mom. And when his mom died, there is a guy called Soyinka.
And you be like, Nigerians don't talk.
He happened
like
to be.
I don't
He happened to be when he was alive. During that their struggle there, right? He happened to be a very much a confidant of some of these guys.
There is one popular one that I don't want to mention the name because
he came out when this excesses of this Thiefnubu was too much then. And Thiefnubu was trying to make everyone who doesn't agree with him up and Yoruba kind of idea. It's a terrible political arrangement, I mean, sort of ideology. Yinka came out and he broke everything. He was the one who told us his name. Shangodile. I mean, sorry,
so you see that you see that these people don't just say things, they don't just put things in play like that.
Not just that.
System.
It was one
they start, just like the way they started putting these people and say they are terrorists and terrorists. Before you know, everybody started looking at them like anytime you see them, you are afraid. Because they made you to
make that story unpopular
for it.
So it was never
us as Nigerians today everywhere.
The Thiefnubu is an adopted name. It was never in any way.
Even Hollywood, they have already put us there.
He associated
there is a trademark on us.
So a story about the connection with
it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Okay, change this.
God will keep you for us, Maiyegun, because you are the only person that is making most of these persons to be aware. I've already opened my eyes. I was like, I'm not the only person at all.
Remain open because we need to sometimes you know what? I'm even done criticizing these guys. I'm going to join them. You know something? Nigeria don't even send you anyway. So with the preachings like this, with the informations like this, people still have something to say. It could be hope that we could actually make something out of this whole thing once more people are more aware. Right? So,
there could be hope. Let's put our hopes there. There could be hope.
Connection with
Thank you, Mr. Maiyegun.
Benin and Edo and all that.
Yes, sir.
Quickly came out as, are you mad? Like, are you mad?
Thank you, Maiyegun. Have a nice day.
You too.
Let me give you another
joke,
right? The PDP candidate now. The PDP candidate now who is originally, right? All generation from Edo State, right? They call him a foreigner because he doesn't speak. He can't speak the language because he was born in Lagos, grew up in Lagos. Can you imagine that? That's the way it's supposed to be.
But whichever one you try, you will be speaking to me.
About your tribe.
Do me a favor as well. If you're watching this, remember you need to like this broadcast to show that you are here.
That's what I'm saying.
And then we can
that's
keep
where we're getting it wrong. And I'm very glad that
against the YouTube algorithm so that they will not keep putting us at the back
and listening to what the youth.
So my line is opened.
The youth are taking.
Eventually, sorry, I just missed someone there.
Before it was the elder.
Thank you so much to all of you who responded
Man, we're almost at 2004.
Look at the backlash.
On
Wole Soyinka will never,
now that we have come down,
ever
dropped down to
try that nonsense again.
1,700.
Because the
That should
backlash
reflect
is more than
your
very
offering.
stubborn old man, and I think he enjoys
I have
it.
another
The men
caller.
they tell him to go and do
Hello
it.
there.
Well, I will say
Hello,
amen. He will
Mr.
never do it
Maiyegun.
again.
Good evening.
Hello, sir.
What you don't understand about Wole
Oh, thank
Soyinka is
you.
that
I
the
can see my
guy,
forehead shining,
the guy,
and it's
look at
because
the picture, the guy
I've
now
been
still
sitting in
go
a warm
smoke
room,
out.
right? So
Now
my hair cream
ganja is a
is melting,
ganjalist.
And that's why my forehead is shining. But
Thank
see,
you.
there's something about smoking the book, right? You see,
Yeah, so thank you for everything you do. I just got
those who
to
don't get
thank you
schizophrenia, they
so
possibly
much
are
for
smoking more than a
opening the
book.
eyes of
I have a book smokers. I have friends who guys kind of like born
Nigeria
this,
is a
right?
country
These
that
guys
has-
are normal people.
We claim to have 200
Right?
million people
Yes,
with a lot of
all of you when
influential
it is in a, if him is something
But you'll be
stronger or
surprised.
worse.
These
Some
influential
said he has
people don't use their
dementia, he's
influence
sick
in
already. I'll
preaching
say, well,
truth. That's why a
we have
lot
our
of Nigerians are
Adebanjo. You
blind.
see, Pa,
They
your
can't see
Adebanjo is
how
over
great
93.
their
And
future
the man
really
is still
can be.
there.
Um,
He's got
so
cognitive,
we are,
what do you call it?
people
He
are
has
planning
all that.
2027.
So what, what
They're
the
not
hell is
asking
wrong with
the big
Soyinka?
question.
If
If
not
we
because
keep
But
on
what people don't understand about
we keep
Soyinka,
on
right? We know Soyinka.
thinking that
We know Soyinka.
these
People don't
evil
understand
people
Soyinka.
just
Soyinka, you know, might
obey
be
the mandate and release their
academically
power. I mean,
brilliant,
that's the
right?
most foolish plan ever. They will not,
Diplomatically,
because the
is
person
a
that will
zero.
determine who wins the election
His son, the son is
is
talking about,
already
right?
like
I remember
one
years
of
ago,
them.
right?
It's like
I
you're
remember his
playing
first son
football
was
and the
living with
referee
my brother's
is on
girlfriend,
the
friend,
other, is
who
supporting the
is
other
a Muslim. Becky, not
so
Muslim now.
doing that
Who is
kind
my
of
brother's
match. They will
girlfriend,
just play
right?
penalties. They will
Who
just
said we got
like there's
invested
nothing
in
we
London?
can do.
That's
The only
where
thing we can
Wole Soyinka's son.
every Nigerian
He grew up with that lady.
go back.
Woman, when they said he go,
See, there's something I talk
So
about.
you
We
tell
call
me,
God.
you just be
Everybody
friends
claims
with
to
with the
believe in
salam.
God.
No.
It's best we live our life to the plan of the designer or the creator of the universe.
No,
He
that
never
explains it,
designed
Baba.
Nigeria
Ma, take
to
another one. Okay.
be suffering. Look at everything he has given us. And we are
Because
living like
see,
stupid people.
I have
He
a
gave us
friend
more,
here.
but we're the
Well,
only
I
ones
don't want
still
to. I don't know if I'm
calling
still
on
going to be
him
his friend anymore.
for
So yeah,
everything.
and
God,
that
come
is
and change our
Omoyele
diapers.
Show.
God,
He
come
has a
and do
very
this one for
brilliant
us. We are the only
idea
one.
of
Even
what
countries that
cannabis could
have
be used
little
for.
or
Now,
are
every
the
time
ones
we say
controlling the
it
ones
is
that
smoke
have more.
Igbo, it is smoke
So
Igbo.
let us ask
Majority
ourselves,
of
why
what
did
they
God give
smoke
us
for
so
Nigeria
much
no
in the
be
first
Igbo.
place?
Okay,
An
it
average
is
Muslim
stronger. It is higher, and in
God cannot be
fact,
wrong. So let's
it
go back to
accepts
the
so
way
many people
God
to run
shaped
shoko.
us.
So wherever is
Forget
coming to
Lord
refine it, who
Lugard. If Lord
knows?
people that
The
say you're
cure
proud
from
to
all
be a
this
Nigerian,
madness could also
without
come from
Lord
the same
Lugard,
Igbo.
would you? So you're not
That
going to
won't
have a
come from me.
country.
I'll leave it at that.
No
So
Nigeria.
my line is still pretty much
named Nigeria,
okay.
Lugard.
I know it's so
You and I
busy,
will not be
but
called
guess what?
Nigerians today. We'll be called Lugarians or
You can still
Lugadians
find
or
your
something
way
like that.
on here, okay?
Exactly. So
But
we need
while
to
we wait
go
for the
back
next
and stop
caller,
this stupidity.
have you
If
liked
we
this
don't wake
broadcast
up,
yet?
my brother,
No?
when
I'll take this first.
we're in our brains,
Hello
our
there.
children will curse us. We can't point and say our
No,
ancestors
Maiyegun.
did this, did that. If we do the same mistake, then we
This is Silva
are
from Germany.
stupid as our ancestors.
Sasiba, it's been a
Good to
while. We shouldn't leave this
yes,
world
yes,
without
yes.
making a difference.
I know you've always been
Yeah.
this for our children, right?
So how are you
Yeah,
today?
yeah, I've been
It just
watching.
takes
I've been
one
watching, and I've
generation
also
see that
sending my offering.
Look at Nnamdi Kanu. We have
It's
so
so important. I
many
don't know if
pastors,
I have to kind of
NGOs,
put a sign on.
popular
Yeah, so
people
everybody could
telling
be
you
reading
pay
it like, have
tithes
you
and
like this or not? But thank you so
and
much.
Britain has not tried to
Yeah, I
kidnap
just want
any
to chip in
terrorist that's
something.
terrorizing the country.
What is it? It's just
They
a
only
little
kidnapped the
observation.
man that was telling
I
the
might be
truth.
wrong, I might
The
be
man
right,
that
but it's my
his
observation.
prophecies or what he was saying, trying to alert
This
Nigerians
Wole
ahead of
Soyinka
time.
issue,
They only arrested
I
that man
think
because he
and I
was
feel
opening the eyes of people.
he's fighting somebody,
But because Nigeria,
and he thought the only way to do it,
because
or the
Nigerians,
best
they've
way
been
to do it, is
indoctrinated
to
to
fight
think
Obi and
a prophet must be the
who is
person who
that person?
carries a
I
rod
was
and
watching a
stretch the
clip the
Red
other
Sea
day.
and it divides. That's the only
OBJ
definition of a prophet.
mentioned
No,
that
a prophet
he's
is somebody
really
who
loggerhead
tells you
with
the truth, because the truth
Wole Soyinka.
leads to freedom. There is no other
He
way to be
mentioned
free
it, and he
except
even
through
said
the
when they
truth.
go to heaven,
If
if you
our
go
religions
first
and
and this and that,
our
and maybe you
system
know this clip.
is
I played the
actually
video 2
preaching the
days ago as
truth,
well.
we are going to know, like,
Exactly.
things obvious, yeah.
So what
I
I'm
know.
trying to say is this.
So this
Two
stupidity
of them
we
are
keep on
loggerhead, and
exhibiting It has a price.
Is not that
We don't wake
although
up. If we keep on thinking,
oh,
2027, we'll just go and vote. We are just falling for the same house again. Britain only brought Peter Obi because they could see that people are waking up.
Fighting his
Peter Obi, ask yourself why all the elections we've had, never had a candidate.
The other one
Peter
too, I was thinking about this also. The other day, they also mentioned that even the House of Representatives that they have already passed the law or second or third reading about the new national anthem. You know about it.
At least for the generation
again,
to come.
who was the person that brought in that legacy of this national anthem?
Really matter how you see it, right?
It's
you will need somebody was even trying to wake up me and say, "Our problem is that come on, remember that you can only wake somebody who is sleeping." It was OBJ. Well, it may be idea of people who are pretending, but it was officially commissioned. We have a lot of Nigerians who are pretending to be sleeping.
Now
They are
my
not
point
sleeping.
is,
They are pretending to.
remember that
And it makes it
during
even
the
more
time
difficult that way.
Thiefnubu was campaigning or trying to
Somebody
look for
who
those
is
that will endorse him.
asleep,
He
when
went
if you
to
wake
OBJ,
them, they will
and we know what transpired.
Yes. Wake up. So this could be them trying to kind of erase this. Let's go, John. Following you now.
You see the trend.
Somebody who knows that you are coming to wake them up.
So he
and they're
really
like
wants to do it fast so that legacy that man led, he remove it. What are we gaining from?
You can even
old
use a
national
rod
anthem and
stick
national?
to beat
What is-
them
what
and
is
pin
there?
them.
Is it
They
the
will
problem
pretend
we are
that they are
facing
sleeping.
today? Is it the
And
problem
that's what
Nigerians are
majority of
facing today?
Nigerians
What is it solving?
Some of them
pound
are
of flesh.
like sleeping in the sense that
Which
they don't
with
care.
Soyinka and
I'm not a
Thiefnubu
politician, Charade.
fighting this person, and we
No,
are
no, not
it
interested in all
doesn't
this
go anywhere.
politics.
It's not helping any matters. So anyway,
As long as they are able to,
the
as
only
long as
thing
me,
is
I
that
am able
both
to kind of
OBJ,
take care of
just
my
as our
family,
last caller
I do my
mentioned, is
business,
also not.
and just make my money.
Didn't help us
I'm not
anyway.
interested in.
The only
They
thing
should
that
go and
somebody
be doing
can
their
hold on is
politics.
this telephone call now that people can call in Nigeria. That's
Now
all.
you are finding it
Tell me
difficult
any
to
other
pay the
thing.
school fees. Your business
OBJ
is
would have
suffering
the right
because
to
the
do
people
a lot
you
of things. Even
felt
he wanted
like
to change the constitution.
pissing
so
off
that
your
he can
business
become
when
whatever.
it's fact. Now they are about to take over your business. Senior military The one you are officials using to in feed your family. I think it was
The one
they are about to take your job and take everything away from you.
Just few months into office,
And that is why you have
do you
to
remember
take it
that?
serious.
That people started feeling like there's going to be coup.
When they are talking about your
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
your
Remember that
future,
picture?
everything.
It really
Politics
sacked
is
him. He
not a game.
retired.
It's not
He
something you
retired.
can say.
Retired.
If you
Yeah,
lose
he
this
retired.
one now,
Yeah.
come back next time now. Come back next 4 years. Let this one do his own. Another one can come. You are playing with your life.
Changed the trajectory of Nigeria.
Just by the time you are
Exactly.
done
In
with you.
2005, he organized the national
Exactly.
conference. I mean, a lot of people participated.
Some of you
Resolutions
are like,
were made
well-to-do in
because of us
Nigeria.
couldn't get third term.
And you always drop
It
by on
pained
this
the entire
platform to
process.
remind us that things are really
And this was
soft.
the time that
And
we could have
sometimes you
actually
really
addressed
feel
all our
worried
differences.
for
Okay?
those poor
And
people.
at that
You
time,
know
right,
there are poor
address
people.
them and
You know
fix
there are
them.
those who receive the
We could be working on all
what
those
do you
things
call it,
by
the short
now.
end
We would
of
have
the
spent
stick.
like about 20 years working on
But
them.
somehow
By now,
you are
we
not
may never hate
interested in how
ourselves
that
this
happens.
much.
As long
We may
as
have had
you
more clarity than this.
take care of your
But because of
family, or
third
even
term,
maybe
he
you
buried
have friends
everything.
in this government.
And he gave us
They
a
can give you
sick man.
contracts. They can
Forced
give
the
you
citizens
man
of
of
the rest
that.
of Nigeria.
So therefore, you don't have to use your mouth
to history today.
speak
The rest
against
is history,
them.
my brother. I
At
just
least you are
want to
not
keep this in,
affected.
and I know I see that
Since
you
you are
see
not
also the light,
affected, what are you trying to do?
my
You
line
better
of
don't go
thoughts.
and
Thank
look
you
for
very
trouble.
much. Have a nice
You know
day.
that government is
Thank
very
you.
difficult,
Yeah.
so you keep to yourself.
Bye.
Indeed,
And then you all
history
pretend to be
is,
sleeping.
very harsh. Especially when
now you are speaking out. What kind of a country
you are
is
reading the
this on your
truthful part
iPhone
of it,
15
the one they
Pro?
mostly hide.
Oh,
But you will see that
iPhone 15
that's the story of
Pro.
Nigeria.
And
You are going to be in a
Nigeria whereby
all that nonsense.
your iPhone 15 Pro is
Once
going
we
to be your
push and
setup.
push and
It's
push
going
and
to be your
push
greatest
this entire
undoing.
thing to the cliff, and we
You
help
can't
them
continue to
throw
pretend that
Nigeria
you are
up the
sleeping. You
cliff.
can't
By
continue
the time
to
it
pretend
falls
that
down
it
and it's
doesn't
scattered,
affect
right,
you.
we will be there.
Since you can take
When
care
new
of your
nations will
family
emerge
now.
from
By
that,
the time it
from
touch
the
you, by the
rubble,
time it
it's
barge
gonna
at your
happen.
gates, and you're about
You
to
are
lose
never
your
going to
family,
deceive
you will
us
understand
for too long
why.
anymore. You've done it with our
Maiyegun
parents.
never
It worked.
stop to remind all
But
of you
those who were
that
so prayerful,
patient. Politics is not a game. It go better, it go better. They are playing tribal, religious, and other nonsense. Some of us knows that we have limited time on this. Why you must never join them. We're not going to leave that in because when you finally bring in criminals, we take advantage of all of that. We will come for you. The consequences. Yes, the generation that will come for all of you. The older guys will think. Lose your life, lose your family, lose everything. There's nothing we can do about this due to the economic and policy and we will come for you. Rogues. But before we come for some. We want to give these younger generations the reasons why they must come for all of you. See, I've said this before. You know, some of those reigners of Nigeria, by some of them will be dead. No, they can't. When this shit is going to hit the fan, up your mind. That death, that prince, will be their saving grace. You see those ones that will still be alive. Man, when this shit is going to hit the fan, they will be dealing with a generation that is never going to know any of their fake God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeje Man. How are you tonight? We are choosing our own God now. And then that is why I'm very well. If any of you think we can touch you anointed, we will slap you anointed. Then tear the cloth of your pastors, your bishops, your kings, and the rest of all of them in that inside that arrangement. We will train that generation that will deal with all of you. If you are dead when they are ready, you want this put to your God today. So they are preparing. What is still coming? My daughter will be too. Next few hours. Hello there.
That's great.
Hello, MaiyegunsDiary.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
I'm good, and you?
Probably will very well. I see this maybe in another years when she will understand.
Yeah.
So, Prince, it's been a long night. I don't know when you joined. Yeah. How are you tonight?
I just joined.
I'm okay.
A few minutes ago.
I've been trying to reach you for a couple of times. You know, the line had been
based on
yesterday I was at work, but it didn't really feel so nice because I tried getting on the platform and checked, and I was like, oh, Maiyegun is not online tonight. What's happening?
So
maybe spending the weekend with his family. I understand. It's not easy coming here every day.
And I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna go to that beach, and it was like a 4 hours drive there. 4 hours.
I thought that's much. This is exactly what I said.
I've not been back. You know, say we did not. You are in Newcastle, right? And
we also not here. This is not it. Scotland is very close to here.
Our own is I don't know, maybe not north. Okay.
Yeah,
so we have to
it's
go
about
to this far Scotland is beautiful. I'm gonna go come next week and take it to the
it's very beautiful.
So the only vibe he gave me is that I wish I could be driving this long distance.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba.
For insecurity.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, God bless you all.
So yeah. So when I came back, I was so exhausted, and I was like,
yeah, Baba. According to
go take some rest, Joe.
Yeah, I thought as much because when I came online, I refreshed my YouTube app and checked my phone. Yeah, so I started watching. I started rewatching the old ones. I think I started from the 21st. The one you showed, the one you did on 21st. It was a banger. The one you showed when he was about to become the reverse state governor. So I watched it into detail, and then I had to rewatch the one of.
You see,
Professor Wole that brings me to the point that I just wanted to make. You see, people like
that money you
people like Soyinka, they're both politically and educationally irrelevant. I don't even know why it's a topic. But you see, the destroyers of Nigeria,
is also
they think that Wole Soyinka coming out to speak about Obi.
Yes, looting for 2027 election.
We kind of like demoralize people, like it kind of like put kind of like
these are the things that we continue to remind
when they say, oh, this is a professor, yeah, this is a university professor. And if he has condemned Obi, then Obi is finished.
Only 5 billion.
Somebody will say that Obi is finishing Yoruba.
For 90 billion for somebody where they go private. Obi is finished. So we'll continue to remind them because Nigeria is the one where they talk of one thing, another one.
He's irrelevant and he doesn't even understand it. And I'm really angry and mad at Obi for even going to visit him. You know, Obi went to visit him and
criminals
have kind of like a friendly conversation with him.
Yeah, when you are talking of the one they just
the mess they just met.
Do you know that
they will shit?
Soyinka used to be very much a regular in Anambra State. All those things they said Obi did with education.
shit.
Do you know
Forget
that
the
Yorubas
mess
regularly, when Obi was governor, he regularly invites Soyinka to
another thing I
Anambra,
want to
where
remind us,
Soyinka wanted
Papa,
to shower
is,
encomiums on him
you
for
see,
what he was doing.
Imagine that. Can you imagine
But
that?
look at it
the
today.
parasite,
Live.
the main parasite in Nigeria.
I have videos,
I
I
will
have
continue
pictures
to
of that.
call them their name
Go on.
because during the time of
Exactly.
Buhari,
So
Buhari
Obi
don't
going
want
to
us
see him
to
has
mention
actually,
Fulani,
it has actually popped his head that he has now thought himself to be so relevant
calm it down by
as
telling
to
us
come
they are
out and now
bandits.
start
Some people
talking trash.
shooting
And
down
like the last,
airplane are bandits.
the man you showed earlier,
People that
who replied
hijack
him, I think he has eaten
train and
something
keep
that is
people
not
in the
letting him
train.
talk
They are
very well.
calling bandits.
That is how you know
So
when
what
these
is
people are
definition of
compromised.
terrorism?
Yes, Dr. Charles.
So
He has taken
Maiyegun,
something
we
that
need to
has,
continue to tell.
actually blocked him from saying the truth. That is
They
how you
are
know
the
that these
number
people have been
one
compromised. You see,
problem we have in Nigeria.
Nigeria
They are the
has
only
really
one pushing
done
for
a lot
Ruga.
of harm to us.
Everybody are in their
When I
space.
came to the
They are the
UK, when I
only
came to
group
the UK, I came to the
that
UK at the age of 26.
hang Ruga. They want to settle in everybody's
I'm 30
land.
now. I came to the UK at the
Everybody's
age of
farm.
26.
All the farmers, yeah, in every region
When
are
I
being
arrived
killed
to UK at
because
the age
of
of
Fulani
26,
hence
back
men
then in Nigeria, I
terrorism.
was thinking I was
We'll
still a
continue to
young guy
remind
with a
them
lot
so
of
that
future
they will
and
know that
all those things.
all eyes
But
are
when I
open.
came to the UK at the age of 26,
And
I realized that
to
my
make
age
matter
mates
worse,
at
Maiyegun,
age of 26
these
have already,
people
they're
they've
already married,
entered
they already have
Nigeria, so
houses,
they
they've started
entered
paying
Nigeria
mortgages.
well.
And I'm like, oh my God.
For Ninu follower.
People at 26 have already started owning houses.
Now, Baba,
I'm telling
you see that the Fulani government
they've
of
already
Buhari
started paying for houses,
terrorists
for
is the one
mortgages
that
and all
went to
that. And they've already had
kidnap
2-3 kids.
Kano.
And I'm like,
Brought him to Nigeria
have I been
in the name of Nigeria, one Nigeria.
I'm
Now
telling
they
you,
took
I'm
they
telling
took
you, Maiyegun.
Kano
So
to the
this
court.
was what Nigeria
And
did
who
to
is
me, and
judging
so
him?
many other people
Fulani
back there. Most of these
woman,
people you
corrupt
see
woman
that are
called
running around
Bintanyata.
protesting for
That is the one that is now
protesting in
judging
Kano over useless tradition. They are over 30s. And
Who
they
is
don't
the
even know
one that
that
is
they are growing
monopolizing
old
every
every
business in
day, and
Nigeria?
they are not
Fulani
even taking
Dangote.
enough action
He's only the
to
one
bring
that
down this system.
only his
They are
refinery that
educationally
Nigeria will
backward,
use
psychologically
to have
backward,
fuel.
everything. They are backward in
The
everything, and they don't even
refinery
know
that
what
we
is
are
happening
supposed to have,
outside
they
the
close
globe.
Nigeria
That
on
the
go and
world
build
has
in
moved
Niger.
past the
In
stage
Niger
Nigeria
that
is.
hunger is killing. They are
And
the
they are
one now
just, in
supplying
that
Nigeria, giant
contraction,
of
and,
Africa, fuel.
with
You
limited
understand?
access to
The
information and
way
education,
Fulani
because
is
that is how the
destroyed
establishment want them
Nigeria
to be.
shows that they don't
I
love
wish
Nigeria at
everybody
all
in
at all.
Nigeria could just be in
Loot,
overseas
they
just
loot,
for
and
2 or 3
everywhere
days.
they
I tell you,
loot,
Maiyegun,
they make sure
if you
that they
send them back
burn
to
down
Nigeria, there
every
will be a
military. Where
revolution
you
in the next
Wherever
30
they
minutes.
cannot loot, they
Because
destroy the community. They
they
destroy
don't
everything
even know
there.
what has eluded them.
completely.
You
see,
so
and I
colonialism
want to
actually
remind
dealt with
us,
us in
you
a lot
see,
of
Abu
ways.
Salam.
Today I was
in their
He's the
30s. They are
Fulani,
still
is the
waiting
one
for
that
pocket
wrote
money from their
1999
mom and
constitution
dad.
and
I'm
say
telling
we
you, people
Nigerians.
at 35 are still
And then they
living
will sit
But
with
that
you and tell you that I'm
1999
on this country,
constitution,
about this country
only
is
99
worse.
or
Can you believe
99%
that? This country,
of what is written in
But
that
then when the
constitution
time for them to make
primarily
decisions about
favors
who
the
actually
North,
really rules them, then
because
you
they
see them
created more local
bigotry.
government for
You see them
themselves, more states for
all
themselves,
other
and in that
absolute
constitution they say
nonsense that
the more
had no
larger you
value
are,
for
the
their
more share.
lives.
No single
And
value.
you see
The
them,
more
they will
natural,
dissipate energy on it so much.
and the more number you
That
have,
their
the
work
more
depends on it.
largest, the more money
Yeah,
you
that is
do
what
for
that the
that is
British
what
Nigeria.
that is what
they
the
started
likes of
it in
Soyinka
the
is doing.
40s. In
I
order to
love watching
position
your
them for
old
what they are
videos.
trying
I was
today.
watching one of your old
Telling
videos, the one you
generation
did
after
on the
generation that the northern
20th
Nigeria
and
is more than the
21st,
south.
when you were
Meanwhile,
criticizing the
scientifically,
system as
it's
usual. Somebody
impossible.
went under the comment section
Okay?
and
It's
gave them
Impossible.
you self this
But they
man, you
continue
go
to
and get a
repeat.
job.
And
And so I
educated
replied
people
to the
from
comment
southern
and was like,
Nigeria believe them.
you that have
Oh,
a
they
job,
have
how much are you
large
earning?
land. Then they
You
must
get
have
it?
large
these are the kind of people they put everywhere on social media to defend them, and people keep defending their inability to pilot the affairs of Nigeria. And so Maiyegun is a very very bad situation, and whether they like it or not, you see, Nigeria is going to split. That one is certain. Just like the colonial masters came and carved some northern part of Cameroon into Nigeria, and then have some southern part of Nigeria into Cameroon. You know that the southern part of Cameroon, they also want to break out from Cameroon. Will be the one that will come
call
to
themselves the
Ambazonians to Nigeria for the election.
Yeah, there was a time Nnamdi Kano had a one-on-one
and then for context,
discussion.
So you want to say something?
Was it a kind of like interview with
yes,
their
so
own
the final
leader
thing I want to say
because they're also being marginalized. Yeah, they're also being marginalized.
A confederation
so
under my
this marriage and this contract is coming to an end
for you.
very soon. Sooner or later, this Unilever company.
For context, right?
That was
this is what Prince Jejeman is referring to.
Unilever.
A constitution that says we the people.
Yes, this Royal Niger Delta company that later became Unilever. It will split. And the board of directors, the stakeholders, both internal and external, everybody will go his or her own separate ways. It would actually happen sooner or later. That is why the establishment they are so scared of any form of protest, agitation, or anything that would have to like bring the people's mind or make the people feel like they are not getting enough from the government. And right now, people are getting to that level because the artificial backing they were giving the naira. I don't think so. I don't think so. They have enough dollars again to do some magic because the last time I checked, £1 is about 1,857 naira. So I think it's actually going back that way, and people are really having.
They cannot sustain the whole abracadabra.
Yeah, the whole thing is on us, you know, and I feel like we in diasporas we are kind of like feeling the weight. Imagine, Maiyegun, you send 50,000, 100,000 to somebody in Nigeria, and the person will say you 100,000, 50,000 cannot even do anything now. That is nothing. Meanwhile, 50,000, if you convert it to pounds, you can use it to feed yourself for like even if for a week, buy some stuff, put in the house that can actually, you know, go a long way helping you for like a week. But when you send it to somebody in Nigeria, they say, oh, this money cannot even do anything. I've had to like increase the sums of money I send back home because the previous ones I was sending, they said it's not getting anything, that it's not going anywhere. So the pressure back home is also affecting me here.
It's affecting everyone except those who are living in denial.
Yeah, it's affecting me here. Sometimes I need to like request for extra shifts or request my manager. Can you? Yeah, exactly. Just get extra
sleep, rest, and all of
that. Exactly. You know, extra so that I can actually send back something. You know, increase
contraption.
Hello there. They don't know that. They just say like it's not enough.
I often listen to you. My name here. I don't want to mention my name, but just address me as the evangelist, okay?
Exactly. Because if Nigeria was okay and they are doing okay, then they will leave me alone here and I'll do my thing at my own pace.
The first time I often listen to you.
So
anytime I am
really affecting everybody, both we in that.
I just came back now and then I tuned on and I saw you live. So I have to call. It's the first time I'm calling today. It's so great.
It's not possible. No, it's not possible. It's not possible.
My heart is so broken each time I think about this country.
All of us here,
I'm telling you the truth. I love Nigeria so much, but unfortunately, everything there is no system in place.
To turn away from them.
Look at the policeman you showed.
Sometimes I hear the way one
apart from Nigeria. You know, there is this prayer group in Nigeria now that behind that voice I used to join them.
One through Emperor
has
one or two people.
Our slogan
is
he still has one or two people
does not that exist. Are actually
I want to give Nigeria a slogan by the reason of what I say.
Actually,
what cannot happen in Nigeria does not exist.
It's not also easy. So even
the evil that cannot happen in Nigeria does not exist. So there is no evil that Nigeria cannot perform.
So it is better imagined, Baba.
I don't know what that will cry. Last time there was a case of